Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 101 of the Clockwork
101.
Cantina. 101, baby. It'll be
Final
the
episode of the
last,
year.
last show of the year. We've come a long way, guys.
Crazy that
So
we're in the triple digits now, man. That's
I
nuts.
know, right? It is very crazy. I hope everybody had a good Christmas, had good holidays this past week. Um, I have a few additions to the shelf for my holiday buying, money giving, and stuff. So I have a
Oh
few
shit.
new
Nice,
pops and
nice.
things. I got a couple of Black Series and stuff. I think you've seen all this stuff I got, Daniel, because I posted it in the collector's channel, and I was like, I went to the comic shop and I bought all this stuff. That was with my Christmas money that I bought all that
Hell
stuff
yeah.
with. So,
It's awesome.
um, so there's stuff up on the shelf, some new pops. I don't know how well they show up on camera because I have the light on and they're like reflecting, but
Yeah.
that's some of the stuff I got.
Definitely got
Uh,
some
they-
cool stuff for sure.
yeah, yeah. But we could talk about that when what we've been up to. I'm one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is the other host of the show, DT3.
I
That's
am
you.
DT3, yes. Hello, sorry. I was looking at something. Yes, I'm DT3. Hello everybody. Final episode of the year. Let's get it.
Yeah, yeah. I remembered we forgot to introduce ourselves because we were so hyped about episode 101. I wanted to make a Terminator joke, but I didn't have any. So this is model
Yeah.
101 of the show. So, um, and
Yeah.
that's all we got. Ow.
Need your
Yeah.
clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Come on. Anyway.
uh, So before we get to what we've been up to, I'll just go ahead and tell you there's not a lot of news because it is like just after the holidays, so it'll probably be a little bit
Yeah.
of a short. It might be a shorter show. It might be a long show
News
because we got Marvel and
news is
stuff.
definitely gonna be shorter because we're probably gonna talk about
hmm
the main topic for a while.
I've been up since like 7, and I'm just pouring over the news sites. I was like, anything, please, please. And then like a few hours ago, a trailer dropped for a thing, and I put that in here, and that's like the only thing that's really
Oh, dude,
happened. But it's pretty good. It's a pretty good drop.
that I actually reacted to it. So if you guys want to check it
Yes.
out, it's on my YouTube channel. But we'll definitely watch it here as well. And it was
Yeah.
I can't wait, dude. That thing is fucking awesome. I
I
cannot
I
wait.
I read the name of it and I was like, this is just gonna be a short little This is a beefy little thing that gives out a
Yeah,
lot of details.
I also thought it was gonna be like a smaller thing, but it's like nope. This is it's a full on trailer, man.
Yeah, it is.
And
Uh,
I was
so
surprised to say
let
the
me adjust
least.
my camera over a little bit. Sorry. I don't want to be leaning over like this the entire show, so I'm gonna put the camera right where it needs to be, really quick, and we're gonna turn. That works. That works fine. Actually, I'm off center a little bit. Let's. There we go. That's better. Um, but yeah, probably be could be short, could be long, because it's a Marvel thing, and we can get deep in those. So, it'll probably end up being normal, and then we'll probably talk about after we get to the main topic, we'll probably reflect on this past year and what we're looking forward to a little bit, and then that'll probably be the end of the show. So Daniel, if you want to start us off with what you've been up to this past week, my friend, what have you been up to?
Sure. What have I been up to this past week? Oh man, it's been a busy week. But in terms of the fun stuff, I watched some movies and played some games, but not as much as I usual because it's been a busy week. But anyway, I watched Klaus, the animated Netflix movie that came out a couple years ago. That's pretty good. I mean, it was all right.
Hmm.
Nice little if you're looking for a little Christmas movie, animated movie. Uh, definitely put that one up. It's definitely like if you have kids also that's a good one to throw up. And then I watched the new Disney movie that was put up on Disney Plus. Came out on Thanksgiving called Encanto. So you guys may have heard of Disney's Encanto. Takes place in Colombia. Um, and yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. The main character reminded me of one of our friends called the Baba because
Mm-hmm.
she looks almost identical to her. Um, so that was funny, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I watched aside from Spider-Man and Hawkeye, which we'll be talking about in the main topic. And
Yep.
then in terms of games that I played a little bit more Fall Guys. I tried Hunt Showdown out for the first time. It's cool, but I feel like you need a group of people to play with. Which, speaking of needing a group of people to play with, Ready or Not, that game is a good time. That
Yeah, it
game
is.
is a blast. I had a good time playing that game. It was really really fun. Uh, you don't need a group of people, but it's more fun if you do, I think. I still
Yeah.
haven't played that game by myself, but like playing it with the group that we have been playing with, those of us who have been playing it, it's been a really fun time. A good tactical, slow paced shooter if you're into that. Really, really fun. It's basically like I've heard it described as SWAT 4, basically. Yeah, I've never played the older SWAT games, but that's what I've heard it described as. And then it's fun though. I like it a lot. And then I play a little bit more Halo, trying to do the the dailies and whatnot, with the event going on right now. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to, fun wise, in terms of the fun things. I also have gotten some Christmas stuff, but they have not arrived yet. So yeah,
Oh,
we'll get to that when they get here,
hell yeah.
maybe. But I'm looking forward to it. I got some Star Wars books coming. I got a couple more pops coming, so I'm excited. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. Take it
Hell yeah.
away, Josh.
Yeah, to add on to my Christmas gifts, I just realized as I had them sitting here, I have gift cards for eating places. I got Chili's and I got Zaxby's. Let's go
Hey, food.
and get that kicking chicken. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Hell yeah.
what I've been up to, I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. I thought while everybody's seeing Spider Man, this would be a good time to go see Ghostbusters because it's still playing and nobody will be there. And I was right because there was nobody there except for like a couple old people with their
Well,
grandkids.
that movie's been out for a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's been out for a little bit, so like, um, I was like, yeah, this will be empty, and it was empty, but it was also in like a smaller room, which I've never experienced watching a movie.
Hmm.
Like it had a smaller screening room, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cozy. I kind of like this. There's nobody in here. Be great for renting out a part. I've never rented like a room out at a theater or anything, but like if you were gonna rent a thing out, that'd be like, let's rent this room. You know what I mean? To show off a movie. Um, so I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. It is fantastic. I recommend seeing it when it
I
comes out
definitely
if
want
you
to check
have
it
it.
out. Yeah, I
Especially if
want
you're a
to.
fan of Ghostbusters. It's it's kind of makes me think of The Force Awakens, where it kind of redoes like their first movie, but this actually does it and pulls it off very well while respecting characters, and the cast is like, I was impressed because like a lot of the cast are like they're young kids, and it's like
Yeah, they're like
they're
they even one of the Stranger
fantastic.
Kids dudes is in there, right?
Yeah, yeah, they're fantastic. I was like, when they're screaming, I actually believe they're in danger. They're actually great actors. Like I really was blown away. Like really impressed with that movie. So when that comes out, I can't wait to for you to watch it, Daniel, and tell you how you feel about
Definitely.
it.
No, we definitely talk about it because it is one of those movies that I've been wanting to watch, but just it's rough. Like there are some movies that I haven't seen yet, like Eternals and Ghostbusters and
hmm
what is it, Free Guy, things like that I just haven't seen yet.
It respects the old while adding some new stuff, and it
Nice.
also kind of hits you in the feels a little bit at certain parts. So
Mm.
good movie. Highly recommend Ghostbusters. Uh, check that out. Uh, also hello Loki. Um,
Hello.
I watched the Matrix Resurrections yesterday.
Oh shit, that's
Uh,
another one.
yeah, it's been out on HBO, and I was like, I need to watch this. So it was yesterday morning. Nobody's around in the morning usually, so there's no really like hanging out or chatting or anything like that. So I'm like, this is time to watch a movie. I watched it. And I told Daniel and like some of the others last night, there's like, I hate this. I love this. I hate this. I love this. As I watch the movie, there's parts of it I
Yeah.
don't like and parts of it I do like. Ultimately, I think the movie's fine. I think it's okay to watch. Um, it's very much a trippy movie. There's some dialogue that I don't like. That's kind of cringy and like, eh. But
Mm.
ultimately, and I don't think the action's as good as the other Matrix movies, but but I still had a good time with it. You know, I don't hate it. Um, uh, when Daniel watches it, we'll talk about my theories, if they're true or
Yeah, yeah.
not. If you need to tweet at me or don't, or like, I ignore the fuck out of you, whatever. Um, all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I thought, if you have HBO, check it out. Um, Wheel of Time had its last episode this week on Friday, on Christmas Eve. Um, so how do I talk about Wheel of Time?
I mean, you've
I
talked a little bit about it, a couple, the past several weeks that it's been out.
Ultimately I like it, and I think this is what
Mm.
I've been saying the past few weeks when I say this. Even though I have a hard time getting over some of the changes they make, ultimately I like it. And they are gonna have a season 2, and they're gonna have a bigger budget. I recommend checking it out. If you like fantasy and like want to see some cool magic, like a cool magic system, check out Wheel of Time. It has great, strong characters. I feel like. Um, yeah, just check it out. Give it a shot. I'm looking forward to a season 2 there. Christmas food, Christmas get together, all that stuff happened. It was a good time. Turkey, ham, all
Yeah.
the whole deal.
Hmm.
So that happened. And then the big thing is Ready or Not, which Daniel talked about, and I want to add on to it. Like the game, very much is like I grew up playing the SWAT games, and like the first SWAT game and the second SWAT game are like totally different. And then SWAT 3 and SWAT 4 happen, and they're more like what Ready or Not is. Um, what's really awesome about it is that one, I get to play with my friends as we all play SWAT Masters, which is fucking dope. Um, Two, it
Yeah.
treats it like a gunfight would be in real life, which is quick, deadly, and fucking intense and loud. Like it really is. Like in terms of like this is a realistic type shooter, it's right up there with whatever you would consider the best. Like if not the best. Like most of it is. It's not like it's fucking Call of Duty or fucking Battlefield run around arcade. Like this is you got to be slow, methodical, take your time, or you will wind up getting domed by a bad guy. Like that's a really good shot. So,
Yeah.
um,
The crazy thing is, I'm just amazed at how like you could be like behind somebody and you're like, oh, I'm gonna sneak up on this dude. They turn around and blast the shit out of you in an
mm-hmm,
instant, dude. I'm like, I thought I had this guy, and he just turns around and fucking obliterates you. It's like, what the fuck? That is insanity, and they're accurate as hell too, man. It's like, fuck.
mm-hmm. It has multiple game modes, like multiple difficulties, like obviously most of the ones we do are barricaded suspects, but they also have like a find the bombs and defuse them.
Oh yeah, they have
Uh,
multiple game modes. Yeah,
uh, raid, which has more bad guys and they're harder and more aggressive. Um, uh, Hostage rescue, like just a bunch of different modes. And this game isn't really an access game. They're still adding to it. There's 2 unfinished levels. There's bugs and stuff that happens. Like I was doing a level with our friend Jake the other day, and I went around a car and fell through the world on a map, and was able to run around under everybody and shoot bad guys up through the floor, which is pretty funny. Um, I look forward to seeing what comes next from this and with more updates and stuff. A lot of us already have it. Like I'm looking at the friends list. It's like 7 people on my friends list have it, and it's like all people I've played with, pretty much.
yeah. There's a
Um,
bunch of us. A bunch of us got it already. It's crazy.
Yeah. Um it definitely captures that old SWAT feeling. So if you're a fan of those old SWAT games, like I grew up playing them, uh check out Ready or Not, man. It's pretty cool. Um Also the Steam sale's going on right now, so get you some other things. I got like 3 things in my cart right
It's
now.
true. I still haven't gotten anything because I'm like, I don't know what to get, dude. Like, I feel like most of the like heavy hitter games, like they're either not out yet, or like some of the like ones that have been out for years, like The Witcher 3 and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like we already have, so it's like I don't like I
There's
have
not
stuff on my
like
wish list that's on sale, but it's like there's nothing really like popping out at me that I'm like, man, I need this right
honestly
now.
the biggest game I have in the cart is Dying Light, Platinum Edition, because I've never played it. And I was like, it's $15. I
Yeah.
can get this with a bunch of DLC. I can throw that in there. And then everything else I have in here is like indie stuff. It's like small stuff. And I think that just goes to show like the last 2 years have been just everything's been delayed and stuff because of COVID. So there's not like a lot of heavy hitters out there
I
necessarily. But
mean,
next year is going to be fucking loaded
if
for
you
sure.
have Dying Light, let me know because I'll get it too. Then
I'm definitely getting it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get it.
Okay, well then I'll get it as well then. But yeah, the next listen. There's a bunch of stuff coming out within the next several years that I'm definitely excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm looking forward to that new Lego Star Wars game. I'm looking forward to Gotham Knights. Uh, there's so much more. Like there's a bunch of good stuff. That other like survival game that we saw at the Game Awards, Nightingale looks
Yeah.
good. Sons of the Forest looks amazing. Like there's so much good stuff coming, but it's just not out yet. But yeah, there's I actually need to how many more days it ends on the 5th, so we got like another week left of the
Yeah,
sale.
we got time. Lots of
So
time to
there,
get
there's
stuff.
plenty of time. There's plenty of time. So I'll probably since you're getting Dying Light, I'll get Dying Light, and then yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what else they got. See what else. But yeah, I like and looked at it initially, and I was like, well, there isn't really like anything that I like. Like I'm interested in Icarus. That's like another survival like crafty game that we all like to play. But since we've been playing a lot of 7 days lately, I was kind of like, well, we're on 7 days, so like I want Icarus, but I don't like need it right now. So
Yeah.
haven't gotten it yet for that reason.
I'm just going to buy a few things, I think. So
Mm.
I'm not going to go crazy. But yeah, the sale is going on, so go get you some games. Epic is also having a sale, and they're doing that $10 coupon thing.
Yeah,
So if
they
you,
always do the $10 coupon thing, which is honestly amazing. Like if there's a game you really want, you could probably it's probably on there. And you get ten
mhm.
dollars off of it. So hey, man, it's not bad.
Yeah, yep. Uh, all right. Well, that's what we've been up to, and in the news that's been going on in our lives. But now we move on to like what little gaming news, TV news, and movie news that we have, and then we can hit our main topic. So, what do we got up first, Daniel?
So the news is gonna be going really quickly because there's literally only a couple things for the game and the TV news. So we're actually gonna speed through this. So for gaming news, let's talk a little bit about how Project Zomboid is still going strong 10 years later.
Mm,
The zombie survival game just released an update that feels more like a sequel than a patch. Apparently, is what
yeah.
they say. I haven't played a whole lot of Project Zomboid myself, but I definitely there's multiplayer and stuff too, right? So at
Yeah. You can play
some
together
point, I
and stuff.
definitely wanna check that out.
Like I
But they
bought
but
it.
they
I think
got
I
some
bought it for like several of us because I was interested in
yeah,
it. And then it's like, well, it's kind of still cooking. And then it's like, we got this big update. Now I kind of want to check it out. I installed it again the other day because I had free space.
nice.
Um,
So yeah,
uh,
we got a little trailer here, and there's a
let's
little
see.
like yeah. So the Project Zomboid. This is how I died trailer.
Got it. Let me flop over here. Oh, my YouTube is not. Whoop, hang on 1 second. I gotta fix that.
Oh,
Whoop. It only take a second. I forgot to do one thing before we started. Here we go. All right, let's play this.
Blockade. The message is clear. The Nox
Oh, that was
event
loud.
is contained. I repeat, the Nox event is contained.
all right.
What happened here?
There it is.
What's happening here? It's not contained. I had to find what I needed to survive and fight. But there were
So many zombies.
and this is how I died. The next time I was smarter.
I live, I
moved
die, I
between
live
the
again.
shadows, between the infected.
This definitely looks different from when I
I
played.
wasn't smart enough. And this is how I died.
He died
I
again.
knew I had to leave this place. I found an I prepped, built defenses,
Get in the car, bud.
farmed, I fished, and found a generator to keep me warm through winter.
Oh, you can build
But
too.
I
That's cool.
needed fuel. There was
Farm,
a gas station
fish,
back out on the road. I took the car,
generator. Nice,
risked
nice.
the noise it made.
Oh, Val might like this game. There's generators.
Never make it home.
Oh my god.
This is Project Zomboid. Survive together. Build,
So many.
scavenge,
Damn.
fight.
I feel like this will be fun multiplayer, dude.
Honestly, this trailer's getting me kind of hyped.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's. I have to. Hey, man, if
Project Zomboid.
if we
The
got
ultimate zombie survival
if we can get a group of us,
RPG.
I'll install it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down to play it again. I already have it installed, so like I'm down. We'll have to see who else is interested. We'll put out the call. We'll send it. We'll light the beacons. How about
Light
that?
the beacons. Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, but yeah, that looks great.
We'll go from one group zombie game to another.
I know, right? So it's still early access too, though, right? The game in general.
I believe so. I believe they're still working on it. And this was like the first update in like fucking years or something. I think they said.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long.
No, that looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool.
And guess what? I think it's on sale right now for $10.
Confirmation. There you go.
You can get it for $10 on Steam, or you can buy a 4-pack for $30. So you get like a game free almost. So if you're interested at all in Project Zomboid, go check it out. Who all has it on my friends list? There's like 12 of you. One friend wants this game. It's Midnight Loki. Well, okay. If that's all we got to say on the Project Zomboid, we can move on to some Final Fantasy 16 news.
Yeah, go for it.
We have a letter from the producer, Naokai Yoshida. I'm gonna assume that's how you say it. Which is, I'll put the message up for you guys. I don't know how well it can be read on screen, but it's up there. It says, a message from the producer. Greetings, everyone. When we last spoke, I promised I would have more information on Final Fantasy 16 sometime later in 2021. However, I regret to inform you that I will be unable to keep that promise as complications stemming from the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic have delayed the game's development for almost half a year. As the latest addition to the Final Fantasy series being developed for the PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy 16 has amassed a sizable team composed of talented creators from around the world. However, in an effort to offset the effects of COVID-19, we have had to decentralize that workforce by permitting staff to tackle their assignments from home. This has unfortunately hampered communication from the Tokyo office, which in turn has led to delays in extreme cases, cancellations of asset deliveries from our outsourced partners. That said, we have spent much of 2021 addressing this issue and hope to see its impact to a minimum by the new year, allowing us to better focus on the task at hand, increasing graphic resource quality, refining combat mechanics, fleshing out individual battles, putting the finishing touches on cutscenes, and conducting overall graphical optimization. Our primary goal now is to be as hands-on with the game as possible in order to see it fully polished. So that leaves us with the question, when can we expect the next round of information? Well, I'm happy to announce that the current plan is to conduct our next big reveal in spring of 2022, as we seek to build excitement leading up to the game's eventual release. I deeply apologize to all those who have been looking forward to learning more about Final Fantasy 16, and thanks to you for your your continued patience while we focus our combined efforts on development. Naokai Yoshida, producer. So, basically, they wanted to do an update this year, but COVID was a bitch, and it delayed some stuff. But we will be getting info in the spring of 2022, which isn't that far away. And honestly, from what they say in this message, I don't think this game is far away from a release either, to be honest. Other than, like, they're going to build up hype, so...
Well, when was this announced? I feel like it was announced, like, what?
Let's look.
Was it
I'm gonna look it up.
2020 or 2019 or when was it? I know it wasn't this year. It was like
I'm
a
look.
while already.
I want to say it was last year, but I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, well, I'm almost. I think it was. it was last year, but I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm not positive. There's been so many games that have been announced and revealed in the past like 2 years. It's crazy.
Announcement. No, that's just an announcement for upcoming. I don't remember when it was announced, but I want to say it was last year. I want to say it was 2020. My mouse is wigging out. What are you doing? Stop it. Am I still here? Am I still live? What's going on? I'm having some shenanigans happen.
Be.
Google is crashing. Okay, let's try that again.
Okay.
First
What
trailer.
happened?
Let's open up the first trailer. Maybe that'll tell us.
All right. Yeah.
It says
Got it.
September 16th, 2020. So that's when it had to happen.
That seems about right.
Yeah. So a little over a year ago. And that trailer was pretty hype. I remember it. Because it's like Final Fantasy's going a bit more fantasy than it has been the last little bit, I think. Even though I've never played any of the games. Really, other than like the MMO. But yeah, that's pretty cool. More info spring 2021. Sorry, 2022. Brain fart. All right, Daniel, what's next?
All right, now that we're done with that, let's move on to the TV news, which is only going to be one thing because there wasn't a whole lot of news this week.
No.
So, thing that we got here is a new on HBO Max for 2022. So, as we know, there's a bunch of stuff coming out next year on HBO Max, and they tease a lot of that here in this little, minute, almost 2-minute trailer. So let's go ahead and check that out.
All right.
And we'll talk about maybe some of the things that we're looking forward to in here, and or we're interested in watching, and we'll because
Alright.
I know that for me there's definitely something. So let's play it. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
I want to build something.
So we got Peacemaker, which is coming out next month. Like that's really soon.
Mm-hmm.
We got the House of the Dragon show, which is the Game of Thrones spinoff. We have Westworld season 4. What do we got here? The Gilded Age, Euphoria.
I'm very interested in the Westworld.
We got the Lakers show. What else we got? House of the Dragon, which I already mentioned.
Dreams didn't make us
Barry,
dragons.
Time Traveler's Wife. We Own the City. His Dark Materials, which I haven't even seen the first season of. Gossip Girl, Pretty Little Liars, Julia, Harry Potter, 20th anniversary, DMZ, there's Peacemaker.
What superhero are you?
Peacemaker.
There's no superhero called Peacemaker.
Love and Death, The Staircase, Our Flag Means Death, Sesame Street, Gremlins, wait, what?
Yeah, there's like an animated Gremlins thing.
Animated Gremlins, Free Guy, yeah, dude, I want to check out Free Guy. The Last Duel, Fast 9, I mean, I don't know. Father of the Bride, Kimmy, The Fallout, Scoob, House Party, Moonshot. So there you go. So out of all of that, there's a few things that I'm interested in there, and the rest of it is just like not for me. But for me, I'm intrigued by Westworld. I haven't really been as much into Westworld. The most recent seasons, like I've been more into like season 1.
Yeah, first season was
Westworld?
fantastic.
Like that one was really good, and then I did like the the Samurai World stuff that they went into as well. But
Yeah.
What else? I mean, obviously the Lakers show I'm gonna be watching because I'm a Laker fan, so I want to check that out and see. It was about the Showtime. It's gonna be about the Showtime era, so that's very very exciting. And
House of
then
the
I'm
Dragon. I'm interested in. I'm
yeah,
interested.
House and the Dragon is the one I was gonna name off. That one is gonna be interesting. Like I mean, I'll be honest. Like Game of Thrones has like I have not been thinking about Game of Thrones since that show ended. Like I just
Yeah.
nothing about it has like I don't even want to rewatch it or nothing. Like I have just been not about it at all since like it ended because I was so disappointed by that. But this is gonna be a new thing with different people working on it and stuff. So I'm interested. It's gonna be a prequel, So I like some of the cast that's in it too. So we'll see what's up there. His Dark Materials, I heard season 1 was pretty good. I haven't seen it yet though, so
I haven't seen
maybe
it.
I'll check that out and catch up for season 2. Peacemaker obviously next month is gonna be good. DC stuff, with your boy John Cena and I mean I like this character from the Suicide Squad. I'm not sure how a series around the character is gonna go, but I'm gonna check it out because I liked him in the Suicide Squad, and then it's DC, so I like you guys know that I love DC, so I'm gonna give it a shot, but we'll see how it is, man. I mean I'll be honest, I don't know how a whole show around this one character is gonna be, but I mean I guess we'll find out, huh?
Yeah.
And then other than that, I think I want to say that's it in terms of the TV shows. Oh, Raised by Wolves, I hear was pretty good too, but I haven't seen it yet either, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the animated Gremlins thing is interesting because I didn't even know that was a thing. I probably won't. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be checking it out, but I mean, it's intriguing because I didn't know it was a thing. It's like I didn't. Oh wow, it's new. The Last Duel is a movie, right?
That's a
Is that the
movie.
one? Is that the one that fucking what's his name? Ridley Scott was
Yeah.
being all butthurt over.
He was like, people are going to see my movie.
Yeah, well, I'll check it out on HBO Max. Ridley Scott, how about that? I'll watch it so you can not cry.
I will also watch it on HBO. Even
And
though
then Free Guy, I've been wanting to watch, but I haven't yet either.
yeah, I have that, so we can watch that. That's coming to HBO, but I have it. I own it. I bought it cheap.
Cool.
Um, but
But yeah, I
yeah,
think that's pretty much it. Is Moonshot the like disaster movie or what is that?
Moonshot.
I could be wrong. I'm maybe thinking of something else. But
I
anyway,
think you're thinking about Moonfall, right? Isn't that like
Moonfall. Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. My bad. Yeah.
Moonshot is a comedy sci-fi
Oh well, nah. But Moonfall
thing.
is the one I was thinking of then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yes. For
Yeah.
me, out of that trailer, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. The rest of
Yep.
it is I just haven't seen or I'm just not interested in. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got for TV news. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
there's like nothing. Reviews are coming in for Cobra Kai, and they're good, looking good. So I haven't read any of
I'm
them
excited.
really, but like it's show apparently continues to be great. So excited! I'm fucking excited as shit for that.
Yeah, that'll be our next episode or for be our next cantina. We're gonna talk about Cobra Kai.
Oh man,
Once
there's been so
that's
much
all
good
out.
shit right now. Like I'm so hyped.
I'm very excited. And then we got Book of Boba on Wednesday, dude. Oh, I can't wait, bro. 2 days away from that. I'm so hype. I cannot
There's
wait.
there's a lot of good TV out there coming.
And then there's shit like, A Wheel of Time and Arcane and, other stuff that I just haven't even seen yet, but they're already out.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to watch, dude. What a time we're living in, huh?
Right. Yep.
But anyway, that's where we're at. So let's move on to the movie news because we got a bunch of things here. This is the most stacked category. So the first one is we have a trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's an official teaser.
Oh
Now I'm
yeah.
gonna give you guys a little bit of a spoiler here. Spoiler for Spider-Man. We're gonna get into that later, but I'm not gonna get into any story stuff. But if you want to know absolutely nothing, if you somehow have not seen the movie yet, and you want to know absolutely nothing, this is your time
Okay.
to just duck out for like 5 seconds. I'm just gonna say one little quick thing here. Ready? You've been warned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the only thing I was gonna say is this teaser here for Doctor Strange was actually the second post credits thing for Spider-Man, which is kind of like it's we're used to like scenes, right, for post credit scenes, but this is like a full on trailer. Like it's a full on teaser that they had for like a post credits thing, which is not the first time I guess that we've had like a trailer as a post credits thing, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm just used to we're just used to having scenes instead of trailers, so it's like wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little weird, but hey, it's fun. Uh, Here it is, the teaser for Doctor Strange 2. I noticed some interesting things in the trailer. There's one scene in particular that we can talk about after we play it. So if you want to
Yeah.
go ahead and play it, Josh, let's
Yeah.
do
Let's
that.
play this. 3, 2, 1,
One
go.
now. So
It's too dangerous. Why? We tampered with the stability.
they talk about the scene in the Spider-Verse here, or Spider-Verse in Spider-Man, with the Wong and Doctor Strange talking about the thing that they do in that movie.
It was the only way. But I never meant for any of this to happen.
So that scene, that shot of Wong, it's very interesting because I'll tell you guys why at the end. We can go back and pause on that if you want, but
Wanda.
so let's finish watching the rest of this. So Wanda's in this movie,
Later, you'd show up.
and then we had another shot of another
I made
character earlier that we
mistakes,
only got to see from the
and
back.
People were hurt.
I'm not here to talk about Westview.
Then what are you here for?
I need your help.
He's like, yo, I don't care about what you did in
What?
WandaVision. I'm here
What do you
for
know
another
about the
problem, right?
multiverse?
Yeah.
The multiverse stuff is just gonna be trippy and fucking cool as hell.
I'm curious to how my dad will feel about this movie because he's super into Doctor Strange. Like he loved that first movie.
Yeah, I remember you saying your dad loves that one.
To our universe.
Mordo got a new look in this one.
Is you.
Look at that.
Things just got out of hand.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah. Give me some evil Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm about it.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. May 2022. All right, so there it is. That was that is what we got, and that was it's interesting. So the shot that I was talking about, it's at like, let me see,
41.
40. So 40. If you go to 41, yeah, 42. But if you go to 41 real quick, that character that we see from the back with the jacket on, with the star on it,
Whoop. And pause.
that
Oh,
is
God damn it. I missed it. Let me slow
that
it.
is
There we go.
yeah, with the jacket right there, that is Miss America Chavez right there,
Yes.
who is going to be another character that we are going to be introduced to in this new movie. Yeah, portrayed by Xochitl Gomez. That is the name of the actress. Uh, very, very interesting about this character. I know like very little about this character, but I know of her.
Mhm.
And I know that she's gonna be a pretty big part of this movie as well. So that'll be neat. And then if you go on to 42, let's see. So there's like before it like fully zooms in on Wong, it kind of if you have to be like almost exact, but if you look at his hands, it looks like there's some red there. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think
I see it
I
right here.
think I think that at some point maybe Wong and Doctor Strange are gonna scrap with Wanda, dude.
Could be.
Like it looks like there's gonna be some kind of little bit of a fight there, and Wanda's gonna do some fighting with these guys. So I don't know. It's interesting, man. This movie is who knows what could happen, dude. With a name like Multiverse of Madness, I mean, we're gonna be talking about Spider-Man in a little bit here, but like there's some shit they did in that movie that like, man, this movie is literally called Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking,
Like-
what if this isn't our Wong? What if this is an evil Wong? You know what I mean? like you
there's
can't
so
trust
much-
anything.
There's so much that could happen in this, man. Like it's, man. But anyway, yeah. There's and then like all the and then Mordo's gonna be in it. Like, oh man. Wanda's got a new suit, by the way. If you go to like 132, 133,
Mm-hmm.
that suit looks different than the one that she had at the end of WandaVision. Because spoiler alert, if you haven't seen if you haven't seen WandaVision by this point, are you a Marvel fan? Come on. Wanda gets a new suit at the end of WandaVision. She gets her Scarlet Witch look. Obviously, we all know that. But the suit she has in this trailer looks different than the one that she had there at the end. And not only that, but if you pay attention to her fingers, her fingertips are black. Kind of like, you remember Agatha in WandaVision? Her fingertips were kind of black too. She's kind of got that going on too, right here in this shot. So
Yeah, this outfit is
really
different. Like I'm just looking at, and it is like she has sleeves for one thing, like that go all the way up. The neck piece is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like pretty much very different.
Yeah. So to be honest though, her outfits now are much better than they used to be. Like the whole, like, if you look at her like Age of Ultron outfit and like the stuff she used to have early on, I was like, man, that is just how far we've come, you know.
Mm.
And then if you pause at what is it? Shit, I just had it. What the fuck? Hold on.
Wink, wink,
I just had it,
wink,
dude.
wink, wink.
140.
140.
Look at 140. That looks like a D&D monster, dude. The fuck? Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's a fucking beholder with tentacles.
Yeah, look at that thing, dude. It's like, who the hell? What the hell?
Beep, beep, beep.
Throwing a fucking bus at Doctor Strange.
Unlock. I like how it says
half.
"Unlock a better day" on the back of that bus. It's coming
And then
right at
also
you.
In that same shot, Doctor Strange is with America Chavez right there too. As the beholder throws the bus at him. And then of course seeing, yeah, there she is, and then look at that, sawing that bitch in half. And then of course seeing the evil Benedict is fun, you know, at the end of the trailer there. Because we got to see him in the What If, you know, as the Sorcerer Supreme in that. So that's cool.
Here's the eye of the world.
Yes, but yeah, this is a fun little teaser, man. What'd you think after watching this the first time?
I was like, I want to watch this now because I'm really interested in it to see what comes next. And evil, strange. Because there's so much about it. You know, are these like some of the same characters or what from like What If and stuff like that? I'm very curious to what is and isn't in this movie, because when you start messing with the fucking multiverse, it could literally be anything because it's the multiverse. You know,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. So Majin says the name of the beholder thing is called Shuma Gorath,
Mm-hmm.
which I will be honest, I don't know a whole lot about. But
Yeah, we're in an era
is
of comic book
more of
movies
a-
where I don't know shit about any of this stuff. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be that'll be interesting to learn more about that thing because I don't know a whole lot about it. But yeah, cool
Yeah.
little teaser. It was fun watching that when we did the first time. Uh, he was Marvel versus Capcom 2, but green. That's cool. All right, so we got some more trailers to get to, but we got some other movie news in general as well. So let's get to some of these other pieces of news we got here. So next thing we have here is John Wick Chapter 4 has been delayed. It's been pushed back to 2023. So it was originally going to be releasing in 2022, May 27th to be exact, but it's been pushed back nearly a year and will now be releasing on March 23rd, 2023. Which, you know, it is what it is. I feel like this movie was supposed to come out this year. I'm pretty sure. It was I feel like it was supposed to come kind of coincide with the Matrix, right? Because I remember
Yeah,
at one point,
something like that.
we were talking about, oh, Keanu is gonna fight himself at the box office because fucking John Wick 4 and made the Matrix is coming out around the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it says here, at one point, The Matrix Resurrections and John Wick 4 were set to arrive in theaters. No, okay, I thought it was the same week, but this here says the same day, May 21st, 2021. So it's supposed to come out May of this year, both movies. So that would have been interesting if it would have happened, like Keanu, versus Keanu. But obviously we know that didn't happen because Matrix is out now, and you know, there's a little video teaser for John Wick Chapter 4. If you play it, that's what revealed the whole date announcement.
Pop that up.
So that's all it is. It's just revealing the
John
new
Wick
date
is
change.
now in effect.
Be seeing you. It kind of reminds me of like Cowboy Bebop, see you,
Mhm.
space cowboy, kind of like that kind of thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
good stuff.
I still need to see Chapter 3 because I never have yet. I have
Oh
it.
shit, you haven't? Oh dude, we should watch it. Because I actually I own that movie, so we should check it out.
Yeah, I feel like every time I bring it up, you're like, we should watch it. We never did.
I know, dude. You gotta remind me, man. I'd be forgetting, dude, because I feel like in my mind, like everybody's seen it now, so I'm like, you know what I mean? You gotta
forget
remind me,
too.
dude.
I forget too.
Just remind
Yeah,
me. And we'll
I
definitely
definitely.
check it
I'm
out.
down to watch it.
It's great, dude. Like I like, for me, I like 1 better than 2. So it was always like, how am I gonna feel about 3? But I'm kind of conflicted, like if I like 3 or 1 more. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I like them both a lot. But anyway. But yeah, we definitely gotta check that out. What's next? Oh, we have some news for the Batgirl, which is that
Batgirl.
your boy Michael Keaton is joining Batgirl. So as we know, Michael Keaton is coming back for Batman in the Flash, but it looks like they're bringing him back for other things
Well,
too.
they got me. Easy. I don't even need a trailer. I'm in. Don't even need a trailer.
Josh is
I'm
in.
there.
There you go.
It's the Keaton Sans now. Okay, we got the
So-
Keanu Sans. It's the Keaton Sans.
So
Once
we were
more.
talking about how Marvel's doing a bunch of crazy shit in the multiverse over there, but DC's doing kind of the same shit, like they're gonna be doing
Mhm.
Flashpoint and all this other crazy shit by, bringing in Michael Keaton for not only the Flash but also Batgirl and who knows what else. So, I mean, it's nuts. I'm gonna be very curious and I'm like personally very interested to see how they're gonna do it because as we know, the DCU has been, a little rough here and there. I mean, I love DC. Like despite the DCEU's shortcomings and whatnot, I still enjoy most of the movies, not all of them, but most of the movies for what they are.
Yeah.
Um, Although I wish they would have gone about it a different way. I always say this, but they tried to catch up to the MCU too quickly, man. Like they tried they tried to do it too fast. They should have taken their time a little bit more. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited um for just the future of DC because I'm just a big DC fan and there's a lot of interesting things that they're doing. We have like movies that are like one-offs, like the Joker and just other stuff that they're doing that is not like a part of a connected universe. They're kind of like Elseworlds kind of things here and there everywhere.
Yeah.
So so I kind of like that approach. Like just make a movie, have it be good before you kind of connect it to anything. It seems to be working out for them so far, and I'm just looking forward a lot to what they got coming. And stuff like this, hearing about how Michael Keaton's coming back for all these movies after not playing the Batman for 30 years is to me very exciting. So yeah.
I like Keaton. I watch Keaton in anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be Batman, but he is my Batman. And like, man, like I watch him in anything. Keaton's great. So they got me with that. Real easy.
We have some more DC news. After that, we have, speaking of The Flash, we have Michael Keaton joining that movie, but that's not the only Michael joining, Josh. We have Michael Shannon and
What?
Anja, man, her last name is always messes me up. Trau, I believe. She's a
Trout?
German actress. She's the one who was in Man of Steel with Michael Shannon. They were, when she was one of the 3 Kryptonians that was after Kal-El in that first one. There they are. So apparently both Michael Shannon and Anja Trau are both also appearing in The Flash, which is interesting considering what happened to what ended up happening to these characters in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
So spoiler alert if you haven't seen Man of Steel, but there was a lot of controversy in that movie because of the way that Zod was, killed by Superman. And then Feora was trapped in the Phantom Zone. So I guess she could come back, or they could. Again, we're all these superhero movies that we're getting now is all this multiverse, Flashpoint craziness that where anything can happen. So they could literally be back for any damn reason, and it'll be insane. So I don't know what aspect they'll be coming back for. It could be like, honestly, it could be anything. Like
Turn them
not
on the
really even
heads. Make them
sure.
good guys. Do something crazy. I like Michael Shannon. He's great.
I will find him.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I am one of those people that loves Man of Steel. Like, there's people out there who don't like it or whatever. I mean, I don't care. I love the movie. I thought it was
I
great.
like it a lot.
It's like people always give it shit because they're like, oh, that's not the Superman that we're, used to everything. But like in Man of Steel, it's it's not the Superman that we're all used to because he's like very new to everything, right? It's like it's a different Superman because he's like barely starting out. Like the idea that I always or the thing that I always imagined that Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill had for that was they were gonna go from like starting point of Man of Steel, and his character would eventually progress into the Superman that we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would have to, like he would develop into the Superman that everybody loves and all that. But yeah, but like what Martin's saying, like yeah, what are you gonna do with Zod? Like at that point, like if you've seen the movie, you know that this Zod is a fucking maniac, dude. Like he's badass. Like I really like Michael Shannon's Zod. Like he's
You
fucking
stole
nut, dude.
my purpose, or whatever he says. Like those fucking lines that he has in that movie are great, fantastic.
He's
Um,
amazing in that movie. Yeah, but yeah,
I love it.
what was Superman? What was he gonna do with him? Like I don't know. I mean, you could put him in the Phantom Zone, I guess, but like I don't know. Like I didn't really have an issue with that, but it was
I don't have an issue with it either.
yeah. But anyway, we're talking about Man of Steel now. But anyway, they're gonna be in the Flash. For some reason. Not. I don't mean to say it like that. Like they're gonna be in it, like one way or another. Because I mean, we don't know how. Because you know, I'm glad though, because I like both of them. I thought she was good, and I thought obviously Michael Shannon was incredible as Zod. So I am very, very, very intrigued by that. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about this Uncharted movie. They released a second trailer, which I also, again, I reacted to this as well. It's on my YouTube if you want to go check it out. So I have not been the most excited for this movie, but I will say this, and I feel like this is a better trailer than the first one.
Hmm.
But let's go
I
ahead and
haven't watched it yet, so
let's play it. I want to hear what Josh has to say because he hasn't seen it yet, and I
all right.
have. So let's check it out.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, kid. A little young for a bartender, aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Everything in here. Why the map?
It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy.
But it's just a story.
I beg to differ.
500 years ago, my family found the world's biggest fortune, then was betrayed. People have been searching for it all in vain.
Both you turn your keys clockwise at the same time. Thanks a lot. You almost got me killed.
Clockwise, Sully!
Well, it was 50-50, so I made a guess.
Clearly.
The voyage was not just about gold. It was
50-50,
something much
man.
more valuable. This cross has a very tragic history. So much blood.
I'm pretty sure he just threatened to kill me. Oh, this is gonna suck!
Look at that move. Oh, bam!
Damn.
Don't get caught.
You were just gonna leave me
Gonna be
back
very
there.
nimble for
I
that.
had to get the cross.
February 18th. Get out of the way, Tom.
There was a final piece.
Well, you know my brother's sick.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
What else aren't you telling me?
The victor spoils.
How are they gonna get them out of here?
Get that ship out of here. Dude, I have a feeling one of those ships is gonna get destroyed on like the way that they're moving them through there. One of them is just gonna bump straight into one of those walls and get just completely obliterated.
Hey, put him down, boys.
What is that thing on your face?
Yeah, puberty's right around the corner, kid. You can grow your own.
Oh, they gave him the mustache.
He got the mustache, which is one of the things that I was like, yo, how we're supposed to believe this dude Sully? Like he still doesn't really act like him, in my opinion. Like
It's
but
Marky
this
Mark.
trailer-
He acts like Marky
Yeah.
Mark. He doesn't act like
I know, but I
anybody else.
feel like this trailer, like the mustache helps a bit, and like you know, again, in my opinion, this is a better trailer than the first one.
Yeah, I think it's a better trailer than that first trailer.
Yeah, like I still don't know how this movie's gonna go, but I mean, this trailer definitely looked better.
Yeah. The music made me think Pirates of the Caribbean when it was first starting. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and then you literally see the ships, you know, like
Mhm.
rising from the ground and whatnot. So yeah, it definitely has those
I
kind
don't know.
of vibes.
It might be a fun movie. I don't know.
It could be. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's just one of those things. It's like I have to just watch it and see it, man. Like
Mhm.
I remember thinking that about the Tomb Raider movie, the most recent one with Alicia Vikander, and I actually enjoyed that one. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly am not sure if more people dislike or like that movie, but I like it. I watched it. I thought it was, yeah. It was it was uh it was enjoyable for me at least.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, what's next?
Next up, we have an update from the Ghost of Tsushima movie. So director Chad Stileski, who is also the director behind the John Wick movies, and all three of them, and the fourth one that's upcoming, told IGN in an interview that the team behind it wants to do right by the game, and to do that, the team is taking its time.
Hey, that's cool.
So this is a quote from Stileski. He says, we just want to do it right. You know how video game adaptations can go, so we're taking our time and doing it right. We're working very closely with game developers to make sure we stick to what's great about it. He also said that Ghost of Tsushima fans will be very happy with what we're working on, noting that he's played it many times, which is something that initially drew him to the project. When asked if Jin Sakai English voice actor Daisuke Tsuji would be reprising the role in the film, Stileski said, "We'll see," and they haven't gone that far yet. So only time will tell. But what are your thoughts on hearing the John Wick director Chad Stileski, who's also the director of Ghost of Tsushima movie? What are your thoughts on his quotes?
I think it's good. I like that's kind of what you want to hear, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
we gonna do this right. We know what made it. We want to stick with what made it good. So, plus he did John Wick. We all love John Wick. So I'm pretty excited for when we see this, but it looks like it's gonna be a while if they haven't even got to like the casting
Yeah.
of main characters and stuff yet. But
That's why he said they're taking their time. So yeah, they are taking their time. Which hey, I'm all for it, dude. Because I love Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time. Now it only came
Yeah.
out last year, but I fucking love that game, dude. It is, in my eyes, it is a masterpiece, and it was as well as I could have ever hoped for it to be. I still need to play the expansion that they came out with because I haven't played that yet. But I love that game. Like I really have just nothing but amazing things to say about it. You guys have heard me gush about it over the past year though, as well as Josh. But I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they do with the movie.
Yeah. Pretty exciting.
All right. So we have a couple trailers here to cap off our news section.
Yeah, let me get out of this. Get over here.
And then
Open this trailer up over
so we
here.
have this next one is interesting because I don't know I don't know how much you know about this movie, Josh. But there was one that came out a couple years ago. So the movie we're talking about is Death on the Nile. It has a trailer that came out for it. But there was a movie that came out a couple years ago that was called what was it called?
Murder on the Orient
It
Express.
was
Is that one?
Yes,
Or-
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Murder on the
I
Orient
couldn't
Express.
remember.
Dude, you know why it was taking me so long to say it? Because I was thinking, because it's Christmas time, and I was thinking Polar Express. So I'm like, that's not right.
Murder on the Polar Express. That's a whole different kind of movie, right there.
Murder on the Polar Express would be completely different. Yeah, but yes, Murder on the Orient Express came out several years ago. It is the same, like, it's the same vein of movie. It's like a whodunit murder mystery type deal. So that's what these kind of movies are. You got a bunch of people, it's from more people who are like more recent into this kind of stuff. Think like Knives Out. It's that kind of movie, Except the fucking the detective dude is Kenneth Branagh instead of Daniel Craig in these movies. So so yeah, the first one came out. Murder on the Orient Express came out in 2017, and of course it had Kenneth Branagh, and it had Dame Judi Dench and Willem Dafoe, and Daisy Ridley, Leslie Odom Jr., and a bunch of it was a solid cast. Penelope Cruz, and then so that was the first one, and now we have Death on the Nile, which has another solid cast. We have Kenneth Branagh returning, but this time we have Letitia Wright, Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer, Rose Leslie, and and so on and so forth. But let's go ahead and check this trailer out, and then we'll see what Josh has to say about it, because these kinds of movies definitely intrigue me, with like murder mystery type shit. So let's do it.
You must meet Hercule Poirot.
My congratulations, madame.
Merci.
He's only the
Merci.
greatest detective alive.
I suspect you invited me for reasons other than the fun.
We have the Karnak all to ourselves, a chef and enough champagne to fill the Nile. When you have money.
Just imagine being on a boat, somebody gets murdered, and you're trapped with somebody who did it, and you don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is dead. The crime is murder.
Merde.
The
The
murderer
Garnet.
is one of you.
Murder.
Madame is used to getting what she wants.
One of you motherfuckers.
I don't feel safe here. I don't feel safe with any of them.
There are so many conflicting hates and jealousies.
Oh, I like this.
Did you see or hear anything?
Who could it be? Who could it be? Who is it?
Don't.
What did you do last night?
You accused me of murder.
He accuses everyone of murder.
It is a problem, I admit. The murder was methodically planned.
Find who did this.
Another February movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Matt. Can I not trust you?
What do you want me to say?
Someone else is dead.
You lie in my face! Lock the doors!
The murderer is here.
And will stay here.
Blam. There's the cast at the end of the movie there. A lot of names.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, so I was gonna. So have you seen the I almost said Polar Express again. God damn it! Have you seen the fucking Orient Express one?
I haven't, so maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, check.
But
check
I like
that one out, and
whodunits.
then-
That
Okay.
could be fun.
Cool.
That looked interesting. I'm not super into those types of movies, but I'll check it out.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm not like super into them either, but like I'm interested enough, like I'm intrigued
Yeah.
enough, like to check them out, Well, yeah, they seems like it'll be good. I mean, again, the cast is stacked, so we shall see. The last one we have here is a trailer for The Batman.
The Batman.
It is called The Batman, the Bat and the Cat trailer. So again, like Josh said earlier, we kind of alluded to this, but I did not expect this to be as beefy of a trailer as it was.
You get a lot in this one.
Because
Not a lot.
sometimes when they name trailers like this, you think it's like a TV spot or like
Yeah.
like a little like oh, they're just showing off more little bit more of the movie. But no, man, this is a full ass trailer.
It's 2.5 minutes and it's loaded with detail.
And they give off so much story stuff. Like, like if you want to go into this movie blind, I would recommend not watching this, because they do talk more about what's going on. But you guys know me; I like to watch everything, so I don't give a fuck. I'll watch it all because I'm gonna watch it regardless. But yeah, this is a great trailer. So let's just go ahead and watch it, and then we'll talk.
Let's check it
about
out.
So
3,
2, 1, play.
go. Accidentally double clicked.
Bruce Wayne,
Sorry.
I wouldn't be bothering you here, but your people keep telling me you're
So
unavailable.
we got the Kurt Cobain, Bruce Wayne over here.
Mm-hmm.
could be doing more for this city.
The Batmobile. I wasn't super
Your family has a history of philanthropy, but as far as I can tell, you're not doing anything.
strong on the Batmobile when it was first announced, but it's grown. It's been growing on me ever since. And just that flip, man, that's crazy. Another thing about this movie that I really fucking love is the music. It is so goddamn good.
Killer left this for the
Oh, I cannot wait to hear Giacchino's score, dude. I need that shit on Spotify like a year ago, dude. I need it now.
Riddler's latest. It's all about the Waynes. If we don't stand up, no one will.
And I feel like everybody in this movie has been cast so well because they're gonna kill it.
And the cat.
Zoe looks like she's gonna kill it as Catwoman. Rob looks like he's gonna be a great Bruce/Batman. Paul Dano as the Riddler, man. Oh, just freaky, man.
You're part of this too. How am I part
And then Andy Serkis is Alfred too. Really,
you're really not as smart as I thought you
really good.
Bruce Wayne.
Such a good trailer, man.
Years. You lied to me, Alfred. We all have our scars, Bruce. You're still a Wayne.
He's involved in this?
No, he's not involved.
How do you know?
I like that this Batman is gonna be aggressive too because he's gonna beat the dog shit out of these people, man. He's just gonna go ham on them.
Don't worry, honey. I got 9 of them.
It can be cruel, poetic, or blind. But
Oh,
if
the music.
denied, it's violence you may find.
Justice. The answer's justice.
Can't wait for this movie, dude.
Vengeance. Let's get into some trouble.
Fucking beating the dog shit out of them guys.
Bum, 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 bum. God, that theme is so good.
I'm pretty excited for
Giacchino
that.
killed it.
That looks great.
I cannot wait. It's probably my most anticipated movie of next year.
Yeah.
And huge. I mean, part of it is obviously it's good, but like part of it is because it's like so soon, dude. Like March.
Mhm.
That's only like 3 months away, dude. Or yeah, it's ugh, man. I can't wait. It's incredible. But yeah, that's our news, man. That's our movie news. That's our news in general. There it is.
Okay, that's Delio. Daniel, do you need a break or anything?
I do. I need to take a quick
right.
one, real.
We'll take a quick
And
break,
then,
guys. We'll be right back after this. I'll put some music on. We'll run some ads to get rid of the pre-rolls, and we'll don't go nowhere because we're gonna, or do go somewhere because when we come back, we're gonna talk spoilers of Hawkeye and Spider-Man. So if that's not a thing that you want, now's a good time to step away and check out the show later when you've seen those things. So don't go
Yes.
anywhere other than that, and then we will be right back after this. Hello, everybody. We are back from our break.
We have returned, ready to talk
Returned.
some Hawkeye and Spider-Man. No Way Home.
Yes, sir. We're going to be starting with Hawkeye. Then we'll move over to Spider-Man. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up the spoiler tag so you guys know what we're talking about. Oh, yeah. Boop. There we are. Hawkeye spoilers. Before we start, this is your chance to leave if you haven't seen it. We'll give you a couple of minutes here while we wait for you to get out the door. Don't let it hit you on the way back. Come back later after you've seen everything and want to hear our thoughts. Because I know our thoughts are important to you. They really matter. Hell yeah. But yeah. All right.
We are here to talk Hawkeye. Get ready because we're about to get into it. So
yes, we are.
how you want to go about this?
I don't know. How do we usually
All
do?
right.
I
Well,
ask every fucking time, and I forget every time how we do shit.
so first, let's go off the top and say, did you like it?
I loved it. Because my opinion is very biased. Because Hawkeye is one of my absolute favorite characters. Um, and this show was the chance for Jeremy Renner to cut loose and show
Mm,
off what he can do as an actor with that character.
yeah.
How about you?
I also really enjoyed it. I thought this show was really, really fun. I like the chemistry with Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld. Uh, it was really, really good. I like some of the other characters that were in it, and you know the actors and actresses who portrayed them. That we'll get into that here in a little bit. It was only 6 episodes, so you knew that each one had to bring it. And in my opinion, I enjoyed every single one. I thought they were all good. Like there wasn't an episode where I was like, man, you know, I I like there wasn't one where I could see myself wanting to skip it, you know? It's like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like I enjoyed it thoroughly all the way through each episode. Um and that's the way it should be when it's only 6 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like nowadays shows are getting down to be like good shows like this are going from like 6 to 8 episodes, you know, which isn't a lot, but if they're good like this, then I'm all for it because I'm used to
Yeah.
shows being like 10 episodes at least, right?
If it's something quality, I'd rather have quality.
Yeah,
You know, like
exactly. You rather have quality over quantity, and that's that's where it is, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Did you have a favorite episode?
did I have a favorite episode?
Yes.
Honestly, probably the last episode. If I had to pick one
Mm.
as my favorite, because
So
we get
this is
some things in
Christmas,
there. Yeah.
which is the name of the
Uh,
last episode. I'm not just saying that. That is the name
and
of
the
the last
biggest
episode.
thing is like spoilers for that episode, obviously, but the whole thing's spoiler discussion. Is we get the
Yeah.
costumes. We get the
Yeah.
costumes.
Which
We
we
get the
which have been
outfits.
teased for like the entire season, basically almost.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the costumes that the LARPers made, and of course, I know Josh is gonna love the purple.
Yes.
Um, and I mean, listen, I thought they were great as well. Like even seeing Kate with her costume, like at the beginning with that was purple, you already knew it was coming. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed the costumes. I liked seeing all the different trick arrows that they had.
Yes.
I
I
like
also
seeing
like episode
Lucky.
3 for that same reason because the trick arrows in
Yeah,
3.
I like seeing Lucky the pizza dog. You know, he was cool. Uh, and then just yeah, all the larpers come together and do their thing, and then like I ended up really liking Jack Duquesne. His character
Yes.
was
Yes.
great, especially in that last episode. He's like, oh, dude, I cannot believe that he brought the sword to the party, and then he's like, oh, my time is now. Like, oh, he's
Yeah.
been waiting for that moment his whole life. Like, just
That's rich
it's
people
so
shit,
funny.
dude. It's my
It
time to
is
shine. Like,
absolutely. Not only that, but that's rich white people shit, bro. Like
yeah,
that,
it totally
like
is.
that is like, bro. Imagine anybody else like just pulling up with a sword. Like, fucking nah, dude.
Didn't he just got out of jail for murder with a sword? And he shows up with a
Oh yeah,
sword.
he's like,
That's
oh, I'll be
rich
out in
people
time.
privilege. Like,
Yeah,
god
he's like, oh, I'll
damn.
be out in time for your party, darling, or whatever the fuck he said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was hilarious. And then like it was really cool. Like even starting off from the first episode, like seeing the Battle of New York from young Kate's perspective.
Yeah.
Like I that's part of the stuff that I love to see. Like
Yes.
we get to see like different points of views from things that we have already seen in the past. Like every time we see a new POV from the Battle of New York, like when we watch the Endgame, right?
Yep.
And then when Bruce has to go return or they have to go get the time stone um from the Sanctum Sanctorum, and you get to see that like spot of the Battle of New York, like shit like that is just really cool. And then again, seeing it again in the show, in the first episode with the young Kate, and that's she got inspired by Clint doing his whole I'm gonna jump off this building shooting an arrow because I'm not a superhero, but he is a superhero, but like he's not a super powered superhero, you know what I mean? Like he's just a dude with a bow and arrow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what inspired Kate to do her thing, and yeah, that was and then getting the tracksuit mafia introduced into the MCU was great.
Bro, I found her, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, trust the bro moving.
What? Trust the bro. Yeah, that was hilarious. Run DMC's classic tracksuit.
It's fun to get the dumb the putties. Basically, like the dumb henchmen. Love them. They're hilarious.
Right. Exactly.
Especially the Imagine Dragons guy. And then we get that payoff in episode 6.
Thank you for advice for girlfriend. It worked, whatever the hell he said. That was
what's with the gun?
That's good. Yeah, that was really really enjoyable. And then oh my god, some of my favorite stuff is when Clint was the Ronin again. Oh
yes,
dude, I fucking look. Clint as Hawkeye is cool, but Clint as the Ronin is fucking top tier, bro.
Yeah, man.
When I forget, was it episode 5 or? Yeah, it was episode 5, which the episode was literally called Ronin.
Ronin, yeah.
So when he goes Ronin again and he pulls some Batman shit with the tracksuit mafia, oh my god, dude, that is like some of my favorite shit right there. Clint is a whole other beast as the Ronin, dude, and it is badass.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a different part of Clint. It's a completely different character. And it makes me be like, where did Clint learn to sword fight? You know what I mean? Like, where did he learn to use that thing? Like, that's never been answered. Crazy, no, man. Like I want to know.
I guess he had 5 years to learn.
And the costume is dope. Like it's
great.
I love it.
It's so badass, dude. So every time he went Ronin, I love that. I love seeing that. And then we got introduced to a new character, Echo, Maya Lopez.
Yes.
She's going to be an interesting character going forward in the show, especially with the way that this season ended, and her family and all that stuff. And
the other thing, if I had to give a knock on a thing, it's not even a knock. It's just like if I didn't know this, I would enjoy it more a little bit. Was that she's going to get her own show, and I knew that before this show. Yeah. So she never really felt like she would ever go too far or anything like that for me. Because I'm like, they're always going to kind of pull her back a little bit because she's going to have her own show. That's the only thing. Like, and Clint is never really sees her as a threat. Throughout the whole show, the only person he sees as a threat is the big guy.
Yeah.
And that's what he worries about most of the time.
The big guy has been teased since damn near the beginning, no?
Yeah.
They're always talking about the big guy, which I mean, like I'll be real. Like I already knew he was gonna be in this because it was kind of like rumored to happen and all that before the show even started. Yeah. So
imagine if none of those rumors had happened though. Imagine if they had Mandalorian season 2 to us. You know what I mean? Like with a twist. Imagine if they'd been able to pull that off. Obviously, that's probably really hard to do. But man, like, oof. But it was still fucking hype. It was still fucking dope.
Let's go ahead and talk about the big man since we're on it already. So Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio, he returns in the 5th episode at the very end. So they, actually, before we get to that, we get Yelena Belova in this show.
Yeah.
There's another one. So we get a Black Widow. She appears in the end of the 4th episode.
I love Yelena.
I love Florence Pugh. She's an amazing actress, and I love her as Yelena. She be cracking me up, dude. Like,
yeah, no, she's so funny,
dude. When she shows up at Kate's apartment, she's like, "Hi" or whatever the fuck, and it's like, she's like, "How'd you get in here?" She's like, "Oh, I started to make macaroni because you took so long or whatever." That whole thing, dude. That's another thing.
Are you done? Hot sauce? Yes.
That part. Haley and Florence. Yeah, you like. She just started she's me with hot sauce. I'll just be putting that shit all over everything. But anyway, Haley and Elena, Haley and Florence's chemistry as well as they were cracking me up, dude. In all the episodes they were in, like even when they're fighting in the last episode, dude. Like she's like, "Oh, that was a good move" or whatever, right? You know, like when they're like kicking each other and punching each other to the office building from room to room. That shit had me dying, man.
Yeah.
Their whole dialogue and their chemistry and they're everything about them like together was great. Like
Yeah, I mean
I'm excited for
she's
that.
Kate's Nat, right? Like even though like basically like Clint has Nat, Kate kind of has Yelena. So it's cool that they bounce off each other so well there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Kate's like, "Stop making me like you."
Yeah, I can't help
exactly, Val. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, it's so funny, man. But anyway, back to the big guy. So yeah, so Yelena tries to figure out who hired her to take down Hawkeye because that's why she's in the show. Because if you guys remember at the end of the Black Widow movie, Val, not Val in the chat, but Val in the MCU, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, recruits Yelena as she's been recruiting the US agent and other stuff and other people. But she tells Yelena that Hawkeye, you know, was the cause of Nat's death and whatnot. And so she kind of you know, from there we knew she was going to be in the show. But so she kind of tries to find out who hired her, and she sees that it's Eleanor, which is Kate's mother. So Eleanor Bishop hired her, and at the end, she texts Kate, and it's a picture of the big guy himself, Kingpin, with Eleanor, and that's how we end episode 5. And we get confirmation that Vincent D'Onofrio returns as the Kingpin himself.
Eleanor, a villain? I had no idea. We all called that shit from like episode 1.
Yeah, I mean,
like that is the lady known for that
it.
shit. So like, come on.
Yeah, we all saw it coming, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. It's fine. I mean, we expect. Yeah, like I said, we expected it, but it was, you know, it made sense.
I think they expect you to expect it anyway. So.
And then you know, she tries to justify it by being like, "Oh, you know, when her dad, you know, when Kate's dad died, like things got rough, and you know, he owed Kingpin money or whatever, and you know, she got in the mix of all that, and yeah, fucking dude, you know." Speaking of Jack, you know who else cracked me up? Fucking the Armand, dude, the little kid. That little kid's
little
a
Armand?
shit, man.
You know, dude. Yeah. remember when you peed yourself in the Hamptons?
Yeah, remember when you peed yourself?
Everybody does.
Everybody does. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. Like, yeah, fuck you, kid.
Fucking Jack getting in an argument with this little kid is so hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have your wine collection." Like, "Oh, you're not old enough for that to appreciate it." And he was just talking back, bro. Like, you little rich, snotty nosed little fucker. Like, shut up. You peed yourself. Remember that? I remember that. Everybody does, you little fucker. And yeah, it was cool seeing Kingpin, like Vincent D'Onofrio, return in the last episode again. We actually got to see him, and they didn't make us wait. They showed him at the very beginning of the last episode.
I'm glad they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Because it would have sucked if like, oh, we see him in a picture at the end of the 5th one, and then we gotta wait who knows how long for him to show up. But they're like, nah, here he is.
Eleanor like tries to quit, and I'm just like the whole time I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, do you have any idea who you're fucking with right now? Do you have any idea who you're talking to? That's fucking Kingpin. You don't quit, Kingpin. All right, Kingpin. Like that's death warrant. You should have known that shit. All right. Also, don't embarrass him in front of Vanessa or he'll rip your head off.
Which Kingpin, it's been a while since I've seen Daredevil, but was he able to take hits as much as he was in this show? Because I feel like in this show, dude, he was like kind of unstoppable.
It feels like he got turned a little bit more into a tank in this show. To me,
because like he got hit with an arrow straight in the chest. He took that off like it was nothing. He got hit with a car and stood up like it wasn't shit. he got blown up with the arrows, and he still walked out of there.
Mm-hmm.
He was a fucking beast in the show. I don't again. It's been a while since I've seen Daredevil, so I don't really remember like how much he was able to take in that show. But in this, he definitely was a beast, man.
He was a
Like,
tank
damn.
in this. How much of a tank is he in the comics? I haven't read a comic book with Kingpin in like forever, so like, how did Kingpin fight much in the comics? And if so, was he like a fucking like such a tank? That's true. That's true, Majin. Uh,
His suits had armor.
yeah. Remember in the old Daredevil show, they showed him getting suits with like armor and stuff in them.
Damn, I don't even remember that, to be honest.
It's been
Like I
a
said,
while.
it's been a while since I've seen all of
Yeah.
any of Daredevil.
Kingpin was like that in the comics. Yeah. Okay.
All right, well that's cool.
Kingpin's big
And
power
then
anyway isn't like his ability to fight or be a tank. It's like he's just such a fucking smart criminal to like bring everybody in under his umbrella of being I'm the Kingpin. You know?
which, speaking of which, we had the dude who was Kazi, who was like the secondhand dude, right?
Yeah.
With Maya.
Fucking knockoff Jon Snow, great value Jon Snow. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, your boy, the Great Value Jon Snow, yeah. Which got his ass beat multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And
I actually thought he was great for what he did, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, we knew that there was gonna be a showdown between him and Maya at some point, because once well, at least in the 5th episode, once Clint told her that your boss is the one that got rid of your pops, so and she started putting the pieces together and figured out like, oh wait a minute, and she even told him like, yo, where were you at on the night that this happened? He's like, oh yeah, I wasn't told, or I wasn't invited to the meeting or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where the stuff with Maya goes now that spoiler at the end of the 6th episode. I mean, this is all spoilers we've been talking about. So if you're here, if you're still here with us now, I hope you've seen all of Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the last episode, it appears that Maya shoots Kingpin, which obviously he's not dead. I mean, anybody believe in that? You are out of your fucking mind if you think they're gonna bring back Vincent D'Onofrio for an episode.
Not after he's gotten blown up, hit by a car, and all that shit.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of. Do you remember when The Force Awakens came out? I'm gonna go on a little bit of I'm gonna go on a Star Wars tangent, but it reminds me of this in this way. So, in The Force Awakens, we see that Chewie's bowcaster is extremely OP in that movie, right? So the entire movie, we see Chewie blowing away a bunch of enemies with the bowcaster. And anytime somebody gets hit with the bowcaster, they get sent flying, right? Like, you guys remember this, right? If you've seen the movie, you know. Chewie's bowcaster packs a punch. And everybody that gets hit with it gets sent flying. They die instantly and all this stuff. So, we fast forward to the end of The Force Awakens, which, spoiler alert, the movie has been out for it's been out for 6 years now. So if you haven't seen The Force Awakens by now, I don't know what to tell you, but spoiler alert for this movie. At the end, when Ben, aka Kylo, kills his pops, Han, and blasts him in the gut with that fucking thing, it's meant to show you that, yo, this thing has been instantly killing somebody and has been causing all kinds of damage and havoc. And Kylo takes it to the gut and he's still standing. Like, it kind of gives me parallels of that when people were like, "Oh, how is they able to, how is Kylo, like, Kylo should have been able to, to beat everybody and like, without a problem, because they used to say like, oh, how was Finn able to get hits on him? But like, Kylo was hit with that bowcaster, man. Like, he was. They literally make it a point in the movie where he like hits himself on the side and like blood, splats out on the floor. Right? You see it. Like,
yeah.
You look at the white snow and then there's blood all over the place because he got hit with a fucking bowcaster, dude. So that kind of reminds me of this whole Kingpin thing where it's like, oh, he's been hit with so much shit, but he's still going, man. Like they literally make a point to show you that he's been beat the fuck up, but he's still standing. Like they're not gonna kill him off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my whole little comparison between the two. But anyway, yeah, they're not gonna kill him off after one episode. Like, why would you ever do that? So I don't know anybody, and that's like straight up out of a comic too. That shot of like Maya shoot, it pointing the gun at him and like shooting
Yeah.
at Kingpin. That's straight from a comic. So I don't know why people are concerned about him dying or whatever. Like,
I was like, the
this guy,
moment the gunshot went off, I'm like, he's not dead. They wouldn't
no,
do that. Not after everything. You'd be
yeah,
crazy
no,
to kill off Kingpin.
be really foolish to do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not doing that. But yeah, after that, it'll be interesting to see where the Echo show goes. With Maya and all that. Like, I wonder who she's gonna be interacting with. Because she's basically on her own now. Because she kind of, yeah. Then especially leading into Spider-Man, which there's something that happens in that, which we'll talk about when we get to that. But yeah, there's no way they're getting rid of Kingpin. Anyway, but yeah, I really enjoyed the whole season. There was a lot of great moments. I like all the characters that we had in this, like that were new, like Kingpin, and I say new, but like that were, I guess, introduced in this, or reintroduced or whatever, however you want to phrase it. Elena, Kingpin, Echo, Lucky the pizza dog. It was another thing at the very end when I just reminded myself. At the very end, when Clint and Kate are going back to the Barton farm or whatever the hell to go spend Christmas with each other with the family and everything, and Clint has the watch. It was fucking his wife's watch, dude.
Yeah.
Who, when they turn it around, it has the Shield logo, and it was Agent 19, dude. His wife was Mockingbird. So that was a cool little reveal there that I thought was very interesting.
I didn't expect it to be her watch. I'll be honest. I wasn't sure what the watch was about. To be honest, a lot of the people that were like speculating was like, it's gonna be a thing leading into Armor Wars. It's gonna be an Iron Man suit and
Iron Man
and stuff like that hidden in the watch and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, so it turns out it was none of that things. It was his wife's watch.
Yeah,
which is
who was a
which is
former
cool.
Shield agent, which is how they
Yeah.
met, which makes sense.
Makes sense.
And then, as Majin says, I never watched Shield, but he's like, oh, this further cements the nail in the coffin for AOS, because I guess apparently Mockingbird appeared in the Shield, and now they're kind of like, that never happened. It never happened.
Never happened.
It never happened. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. And then I'll be honest, I don't even want to talk about the second post credit scene, dude. Like that was
No. I'll talk about it as much as I wish it wasn't there. I don't. I didn't need that. I don't care.
No. I mean, congratulations to all of you musical fans.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I could do this all day. Oh my god.
It was it's so cringy, dude. But anyway.
And I sat there and watched the whole thing like, all right, what's gonna be the final thing? Oh, I was so disappointed.
Dude, I was watching that and then I was waiting for something significant to happen. And it's like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to show you the whole choreography that they did for the first episode. I'm like, all right.
Honestly,
okay.
I don't know why I was expecting this. I'm like, we're gonna see Loki in the crowd. He's gonna be bitching about this or something. That's literally what I thought was gonna happen.
I was expecting I didn't necessarily think Loki, but I was expecting somebody to show up in the crowd and be like, "Yo, this sucks" or something, And then it just never happened. It was just the whole thing, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
But yeah, none of that happened. Instead, I sat there through that whole musical, not liking it, and got no payoff. I went
Yeah.
from I love this show to I hate this post credit. This is awful.
I know. That was my least favorite thing about it, but I really enjoyed the entire show.
Yeah.
I liked it all. Every episode was good. Um,
I liked Clint, turning off his hearing aid at certain points for comedic effect, but I also like when he
yeah.
turned it off and he's like trying to he's like talking to Nat. He's like
To
the Avengers
Natasha,
first
yeah.
assembled here, and he's like, I really need to talk to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, with the plaque or whatever that has
Yeah.
on 2012, the Avengers First Assembly, and it had like Thor Odinson and Tony Stark and Steve Rogers and all the names of everybody. I thought that was cool,
The guy's like,
especially for like I actually am still a big fan of the 2012 Avengers. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it hasn't aged as well and compared to other movies. I like the OG Avengers, man. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I still enjoy it even now. So I always like when they, reference or talk about the Battle of New York. So like I'm all about it.
the biggest thing for me was just like, in those movies, they're big giant spectacles, and you get like 2 hours, and there's many characters, and like not everybody gets a chance to shine. This was Hawkeye's show. This was Jeremy Renner's
Yep.
time to shine as his
Nice.
character, and you get to see how great like an actor he really is, but also how great the character of Hawkeye and deep of Hawkeye really is. So that's ultimately why I love this show so much. And it was like, it's Jeremy Renner. The dude is fucking fantastic actor, like fucking Hurt Locker. He's been in fucking Mission Impossible. He's been in the Bourne movies, He was in Arrival. Fantastic fucking movie.
He's just a good actor in general, yeah.
Yeah. So like it was great that he's like he got a shot. He got a show. So I really enjoyed this. Like, there's just I enjoyed it from the start at the beginning, and I honestly, out of everything that's
I was going to get to that. So if you want, we can get to that next. Do you have anything else to say on Hawkeye?
No. You go ahead.
All right. So
kind of was at the
again,
end of my spiel.
we both enjoyed the show very much. So my next question was going to be: now that we are done with the Marvel shows of the year, which one was your favorite? I mean, I already know the answer to this. I know the answer. Josh knows my answer. I know his answer. But this is for you guys. What was your favorite MCU Disney Plus TV show of the year, Josh? So I'm gonna name them all off, and then you go ahead. Ready? So this is for you guys who are listening or watching. This year, in the year of our Lord 2021. Anyway, in 2021, since we've had the MCU shows or the MCU Marvel Studios shows from Disney Plus, we started with WandaVision in January. We had Falcon and Winter Soldier in March, Loki in June. Do we? I kind of don't want to. Do we want to count What If or no? Because that's kind of like, it's like.
I think for the purposes of this, no, because it is like one thing is an animated deal.
Yeah, like it's animated and like it is like MCU, but I don't know.
It's not like and they're all like. They're not like one big connected necessarily overarching story. At least parts of it are.
All right. Well, for the sake of this, we'll not count it. We'll do just. That's true. I mean, it could tie into Doctor Strange too, so that's another reason why maybe. But we'll say for the sake of this, we won't include it. We'll just include the other stuff. So, out of WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, and Hawkeye. Josh, what was your favorite?
There's definitely some recency bias when I say that it's going to be Hawkeye. That isn't to say that those other shows are bad. Like, all the shows were great. Like, for me, I enjoyed. There were parts of them I liked out of all of them. But obviously, I'm a Hawkeye fan and have been. And I was actually here's the thing. Ultimately, I was surprised at how much I liked this show. How much I liked Hawkeye, like, because I thought it was going to be Loki. I adored Loki. Like, if you'd asked me, like, not counting Hawkeye, it would have been the Loki show. Would have been the one I
So
enjoyed the most.
so let's get your order then. Hawkeye 1, Loki 2,
Loki 2, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
and then Wanda.
and then Wanda,
WandaVision?
the last, yeah. But they're all so different. It's like that's the
Yeah,
thing.
they
Is
are.
like
They
each
are.
show
They
is
are
so
all
different. But yeah, that would probably be my rankings of those shows.
Yeah.
And I'd watch any of them again, and probably will
Yeah.
at some point.
So now that you have your ranking, if you had to, if let's say we are including What If, where would you put that at?
Between Loki and Winter Falcon and Winter Soldier. So it'd be Hawkeye, Loki, What If, Falcon, Winter Soldier, and then WandaVision.
All right. So
That's
for
probably where I'd
me,
put it.
I would have Hawkeye, Loki, or actually no, I'd have Hawkeye. Okay, well, rewind. Well, I'm just gonna do the I'm gonna do the live action first, and then then I'll do then I'll include What If. So I would have Hawkeye, Loki, WandaVision, and then Falcon Winter Soldier. And then if I'm including What If, I would probably put What If at number 2. So I would probably have Hawkeye, What If, Loki, WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier. That's how I would put it. Like, listen, I love What If. I am a sucker for like the What If type stories, like seeing shit that we normally wouldn't see. I say this all the time, but Disney, if you want to hit me up for a Star Wars version of that, I'm
Oh
I'm
man.
let me know. I have ideas for Star Wars What If, which if it was Star Wars, we'd probably call it Star Wars Infinities, like how it used to be the comics back in the day.
Yeah.
I have ideas for Star Wars Infinities. Hit me up, Disney and Lucasfilm. I am available. If you want some ideas for that. Anyway, yeah, I love What If, so I cannot wait for season 2. We're definitely getting that next year as well. So that's kind of my list rankings if we include or not include What If. I love it. So yeah, but here's the thing. Regardless of however we rank these shows, I actually enjoyed them all. They're
Yeah.
just, if we're talking about wanting to rank them from, this to that, then, you got to make choices. And I think for me, that's how I would put it. That's how I enjoyed them,
It's like Falcon and
yeah.
Winter Soldier gave us Dancing Zemo. I mean, like Loki managed to pull off so much character development in just like a scene of him watching a thing. Like
for me, the big thing with
Yeah.
Loki is like I'm excited for like the ending of it got me hype, like we
Yeah.
had what's his name? God damn it. Why am I blanking on his name? The villain, the bad dude.
Oh, Kang.
Kang the Conqueror. Thank you, Val. Kang the Conqueror. Yes, Kang the Conqueror. Like that. First of all, Jonathan Majors is a good actor. And
That's the thing. I was thinking of his real name. I wasn't thinking of the character name.
Yeah, that's what comes to mind for me too. The real name, Jonathan Majors, is a great actor, and I'm very excited for his Kang the Conqueror because he was great in that season finale of Loki.
Oh my god, he really was great. Yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing. So that's what got me hyped for Loki. And then we had Alligator Loki and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah. So I enjoyed all the shows. So next year we have 4 shows coming, or I guess 4 and a TV and a special. So at the very least, we're getting 4 and a TV special because we don't know when Ironheart, Armor Wars, or the Wakanda show are coming out. But next year, for sure, we are getting Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, and then around December time, we're getting the Guardians Holiday Special. So out of that, what are you looking forward to the most? Because for me, I'll tell you right off the bat, I am the most excited for Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'd probably say Moon Knight, but I'm super interested in She-Hulk. How they're gonna do that?
Me too. Me too, because I really like Tatiana Maslany, who is the actress the main actress they got for She-Hulk, and I like her a lot. She's fantastic in Orphan Black. I will yell it to the rooftops of whatever. go watch Orphan Black if you haven't, because Tatiana Maslany is amazing, and it is a crime that it's taken anyone this long to get her in a major role for something, because she is long overdue. She needs to be in a bunch of more things because she's incredible. She's an incredible actress.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I love all the Marvel shit. You know, I
And
love everything that's coming. I'm sure you will too.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I'm really curious about Secret Invasion too. You know,
Yeah.
like that. There's a lot of names in that I'm like, about. So, and then Miss Marvel, like she's a character that I've been slowly learning more about, especially like in the Avengers game that came out
The
last
the,
year.
the
Like
game is what made me a
about her.
fan of her, right? So like I want to see how they
Yeah.
do that show.
And then like the Guardians holiday special, like you know, they filmed that alongside Guardians 3, so that'll be interesting to see what they cooked up for that. But yeah, I can't wait for more Marvel goodness this year, or this year coming up.
Yeah. A lot of
But
things
yeah,
to look
that's
forward to.
those were our
Hawkeye.
our Hawkeye talk and our Marvel TV talk. So I believe it is Spider-Man time, man. You ready?
It's Spider-Man time. Let me go ahead and change over the.
Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum,
I don't want to spoil that. I need to move that over.
da-da-da-da.
So if you need to leave, please do.
Yeah,
That
we're gonna be
is
talking No Way Home, so we are definitely going into spoilers. So if you have not seen No Way Home, this is your chance. This is your chance
yes.
to
Please leave.
leave and
I
return.
want you to leave if you haven't seen it. I don't want you to
Yeah,
spoil it. I want you to see it.
you need to go watch this movie. You have to, because it is you do not want to be spoiled on this.
No, you don't.
This is a. I'm just gonna say it off the bat without even. You know how we always say, "Did we like it or do whatever?" I love this movie.
I love
I
it too.
fucking love this movie. It's been now like a week since I've seen it, I think. Or wait, has it been more than that? When does this movie come out?
It's
My time
been
is.
it's been like 2 weeks, right? I think, right? Or 2.5, or what was it? Let
I
me
don't.
look.
It came out on the 17th, so it's been like a week and a couple days. So
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
it's been about a week since I've seen it now, and like while I feel the need that I probably am gonna have to watch it a couple more times to kind of like just I've only seen it
Mhm.
once, and yes, this is a hype ass movie and all that good stuff, but when you kind of think about like wanting to let the movie simmer in your mind, and you want to like when you're looking at your rankings and stuff of the MCU movies and Spider-Man movies and stuff, you kind of want to figure out where to place it and all that, right? So like for me, I I know that I'm gonna have it in my top 10 for MCU. Where in that top 10, I don't know, because it is still very fresh. I've only seen it the one time. All I know is that this movie is incredible, and there's a lot of good stuff in this.
Mhm.
But I also like some people are like, maybe overhyping it, being like, oh, this is like, Endgame levels and stuff. Like, first of all, do you think this movie is Endgame level?
Um.
Because for me, I feel like in some aspects it is, and in other aspects it's not.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm kind of like that. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, Endgame was the culmination of an entire like few phases of the Marvel, right? And this is like, this
Yes.
is the culmination of
20 years of Spider-Man,
Spider-Man. Yeah, like that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like, so in some ways I see it kind of like that. In other ways I don't. Um, if you've been a Spider-Man fan since watching, and we're in spoilers now, so please get the fuck
So
out. This is your last chance.
please, this is your absolute last
I'm
chance.
begging
'Cause
you, leave.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this. So if you have not seen Spider-Man, with all due respect, get the fuck out of here, because
Yes.
we are gonna get into this right now. That's it. That was your last chance, Josh.
Yes.
Say what you're gonna say.
If you have been watching Spider-Man since the live action movie started, since we got Toby as Peter Parker, and it is the culmination of since that first movie to all the way to here now. That and it definitely pays off in so many ways if you're a fan of Toby's Spider-Man, if you're a fan of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. It is the culmination of every Spider-Man live action movie that I grew up with
Up
and
until
have
this point,
enjoyed.
yeah.
Yeah, so like it definitely feels like it's in game level in Spider-Man ways. Yeah. Um I've so I
Yeah,
saw this
it's
movie on opening night, which was
oh
probably
yeah,
a terrible idea, like with with the time
with
we
all
were
the
living in.
yeah,
It was
with
one of
all the
those moments
people and everything.
I didn't think about it. It was spur of the moment. I was like, I'm gonna go see this. I want to see it. I'm dying to see it. I stayed away from everybody and I sat there and I watched a Marvel movie for the first time in my fucking life on opening night because I never do opening nights because I can't stand large crowds usually.
Yeah,
Because I have really
yeah.
bad anxiety. And I'm glad that it was Spider-Man No Way Home that I did it because by God, those people were all out of their fucking minds at everything that happened, and it was fucking fun. Um, so, so yeah, I fucking love
So
the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. It helps. It helps when you have a great crowd experience. Like my crowd was
Yes.
not as great as yours, but I also went like a week later. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody who you would think would get hype, like as hype as that, saw it opening weekend.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there were some young ladies sitting down the row, not close to me, but close enough that I could hear when they're fucking crying when shit happens. That's sad. They're 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 fangirling when the when the boys are on the screen. Like
Yeah.
there's the whole. I mean, the whole. I remember them the most just because they were down the row from me, and I kept hearing sniffling out of my left ear when things would happen. but the whole fucking crowd would cheer and scream and just. I mean, the whole fucking theater would shake. Um,
Yeah, it was what a fun movie, man. What a great
that's
time.
the
Like
thing. It
from
was
like
so
start to
fun.
finish. It's like a 2.5 hour movie, but it didn't feel that long to me. And it was that's the mark of a great movie when it's like you when somebody's like, oh, this is a bit of a it's a 2.5, 3 hour movie, but it doesn't feel that long. Like I feel that way about like Endgame and Infinity War and stuff. And
I was like,
when
I was going,
no,
please don't end. I don't want you to end. Go on
I
forever.
know. Yeah. Yeah, it's that's how I'm gonna be when I do rewatches, like, because once you watch a movie, you kind of know where things are, like when
hmm
at a point in a movie, you're like, oh man, we're almost done with the movie. I don't want it to end. That's gonna be me in future rewatches because you have seen it and you know what's up. But anyway, yeah, I had such an amazing time. Like I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. You said you had people in your crowd crying and stuff. Dude, somebody was chopping onions with me too, bro. Like, I don't know what's
Bro,
going on. Like,
it got
there was
me.
some tears. There was some tears coming down my face during the movie as well, and during moments, man.
hmm
It was like involuntary, dude. Like, just like stuff happens
You
in the
can't help
movie, and
it.
you're like, holy shit, am I crying? Like, I was just watching the movie, like I'm like locked into the movie, and then next thing you know, I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? And it's just a tear, like right here. I'm like, oh my god,
hmm
what the hell's happening? I'm just like emotionally invested in this movie because, like you said, it's been 20 years of just I'm gonna give you some moments where I shed some tears. So for me,
Okay.
again, we're in spoiler territory. So if you're here, you've seen the movie now. So like one of the like for me, something you guys need to know about me is that I grew up like my Spider-Man is Toby, right? Like that's Toby Maguire is my Spider-Man.
Same.
I remember going to the theaters and watching all three of
hmm
the original trilogy. I remember 2002 going to the theater to watch the original, and then 2004 for the second one, and 2007 for the third one. Like all of them, dude. Like that's my Spider-Man, dude. Like I I've always been hyped for it. So anytime any like, oh, dude, when Doc Ock sees Toby for the first time, and he's like, Peter, my boy, and then the music starts playing, I was like, oh, it's so fucking, dude, the music, oh my god. the moments with the themes and fucking Michael Giacchino brought back those old themes in certain moments, like with Sandman and stuff too, man. Like just the little hint of music and stuff like that. And then like dude, when Peter and May, when May dies, dude,
Oh my god,
oh
dude, there were
bro,
tears.
somebody was chopping mad onions in
Yeah,
that scene,
yeah,
man.
yeah. With great power comes great response. I'm glad she's the one that gives the
Yeah.
line too. Like,
We
I'm glad
waited
it's her.
three movies for this, and then they finally did it. I think it was such a great, like, good timing for that, like good
Mm-hmm.
placement of that. Man, what a time, dude. Like what a spot for that.
Also, she
Yeah,
fucking
that
takes a hit
was
from a glider like a champ.
she
Like,
does, dude.
Jesus,
And
dude.
then she takes a hit, she kind of stands up, and then of course,
Mm.
she gets hit with the bomb too, which does the rest of it. But man, yeah, Marissa Tomei, dude, what a man. What a she was great, dude. She was really great. And then another moment that got me was when MJ was falling and Andrew Garfield saved her,
Yeah.
because he couldn't save Gwen. So that was a great
Everybody that saw
moment.
that trailer was like, that's where Andrew Garfield's gonna come in and save her.
Yeah.
And it does happen. And
It
even though
does
I knew it
happen.
was gonna happen, I still
Yeah.
fucking loved it, and I
Yeah,
still
you don't
fucking
give a
cried.
fuck
I
because
didn't
it
give a
happened.
single fuck
Yeah.
that I knew it was gonna
Nah.
happen. It was
Yeah, no,
great.
you don't care because it's such a great moment and such a good payoff for
Mhm.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he can't catch Gwen, and it's like, yo, he finally got to save Spider-Man's girl, even though it's not his, but he did it.
I
So
love the
yeah, that was
conversation that the Peters have, like all of them. Or he's like, at some point, I stopped pulling my punches. Like, that is a Spider-Man
Mm.
that has seen some fucking shit, that has some rage that he has to deal with.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts is like when they're trying to figure out which Peter is which. Like, you're Peter 1, no, I'm Peter 2. No, I thought I was Peter 2. That kind of thing. That was great. And then also um when they're like, oh, I don't know how to work in a team. He's like, all right, guys. Where Tom is like, I don't mean to flex, but I was a part of the Avengers. And then Toby's like, that's great. What is
What is
that?
that?
And then Andrew's like, oh, is that like a band? That's so cool. Like shit like that. I
I
just love,
loved
dude.
it. Yes. You're
Fucking
making me
Toby,
smile
it's
just
great.
talking about it
What
because
is
I
it?
love it
I know,
so
right?
much.
It's so amazing just seeing them, just have them all together. And then when they're like formulating the cures for the villains and stuff, and they're like in the lab doing their thing. He's like, oh, Ned asks Toby like, oh, did you have a best friend? He's like, oh yeah, what happened to him? Oh, he died in my arms after betraying me. And then Ned's like, oh, Peter, or he tells Tom like, yo, I'm never gonna, I'm never gonna betray you or whatever. Which,
I mean,
the way the movie ends, they, spoiler alert, nobody remembers who. Dude, let me talk about that for a minute. The ending of this movie is depressing as shit.
it's super sad. Oh my god,
It
it
is
ends in like the most
depressing as
saddest
fuck,
shit
dude.
ever. Yeah.
Nobody remembers who he is. He has a full talk with MJ at the fucking coffee shop or whatever. And you're like, oh, he's gonna tell her, right? No, he doesn't. And then he just walks away. And it's like, damn. Like, sure, Tom has a fresh new start. And by the way, he has a new suit.
Yeah.
He has a new suit, which the way that, for me, what this means is the Homecoming trilogy was like an introduction to Spider-Man in the MCU, right? Because people always compare him to like Tony Stark, Iron Man Jr. or whatever, right? Because he had the Iron Spider suit and all that other shit. But to me, I'm always gonna look at the Spider or the Homecoming trilogy, which is Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. Those three movies, I'm always gonna look at them as Peter or Spider-Man in the MCU introduction. And now going forward, we're gonna get more of the traditional Spider-Man that people are used to and people want because he's got a fresh start. Nobody knows him. He has a brand new suit, which is more akin to what we're used to, like more traditional style suit. He made it himself. So I think now we're gonna get more of like the the type of Spider-Man that people are more familiar with. Yeah, the origin trilogy, exactly, Majin. That's how I'm
Yeah.
gonna treat the Homecoming thing. Is like here's the Spider-Man or MCU origin trilogy. And now going forward, we're definitely gonna have like, all right, this is more of the Spider-Man that we're people are accustomed to. With he's got the normal suit that he made himself, and he's gonna be what a good way to put it, he's gonna be more of a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man now, right?
Yeah.
Because before he was the Avengers and Thanos and
Big threats, giant
yeah,
threats.
the big threats. But now he's going back to surface level stuff, which is
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because people have been shitting on this Spider-Man because like, oh, he's Iron Man Jr. and like all this other stuff. But it's
So what?
they brought in Spider-Man at an interesting time with Civil War. It was in the middle
Yeah.
of big shit going on, so it wasn't gonna be it was always gonna be different. What I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But anyway. But yeah, what a depressing ending for
yeah.
Tom, dude. Like
Yep.
sad. It's a sad ending, even though it's a new start. I still think it's sad. Like what a shitty spot to be in, man. And he's all alone basically. Like he doesn't have May, he doesn't have MJ, he doesn't have Ned. He has nobody.
But you know who he had to
So-
start the movie? A really good lawyer, because we got Matt
yep,
Murdock.
we haven't even gotten to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt Murdock makes an appearance for like a scene, but he's a
Mhm.
really great lawyer.
Yeah.
Somebody throws a rock that says Mysterio was right or some shit, and he catches it, and they're like, "How'd you do that?" And he's like, "I'm a really great lawyer."
Whole theater went wild, by the way, in my showing when they showed
I
up.
bet.
When that stick showed up, people lost their minds.
So another reason why killing Kingpin off in Hawkeye would be a stupid decision, because now you have them both in the MCU, and who doesn't want to see that?
I also want to say I'm glad the like the whole Quentin Begg murder, damage to control. Like I'm glad that gets taken care of pretty early on.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that's not like all movie thing.
The trailers focused heavily on that, so it's like, oh, are they gonna? How much are they gonna focus on this? But yeah, it was handled pretty quickly,
Man.
Because Peter sees the Halloween decorations. He's like, oh, that looks like a wizard. I know a wizard, Doctor Strange, which we haven't talked about either. But Doctor Strange is a big part of this movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to help Peter with the spell, and Peter keeps changing it and altering it, and he fucked it all up. And they messed it all up, and it was funny, seeing Wong. Oh, the update for that is that Doctor Strange was the Sorcerer Supreme, but since he was in the blip for 5 years, Wong was now the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, Wong Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, so it's like Wong is the big boy. He's got the more responsibilities and stuff, man. I was like, okay,
that makes sense, and I'm surprised.
It does.
Like out of all that never crossed my mind. I never really thought.
I know, me
Sorcerer
either.
Supreme. Like it never crossed my mind.
It makes total sense once they talk about it, but it never crossed my mind either.
Mm-hmm.
Because like he was gone for 5 years. Like damn. Like I'm glad Wong was taking care of business while he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then the Nick Fury update too. What he's been up to, which is gonna definitely lead into the stuff that we got coming up. But yeah, I just what a great movie, man. So many good moments. Like I love seeing Alfred Molina again as Doc Ock, and oh my god, Willem Dafoe.
Dafoe,
oh,
dude.
My goodness.
I don't know why I thought. I don't know how I thought really when we saw trailers for this movie and we saw that we're gonna get multiple villains. I'm like, yeah, but who's gonna kind of be the lead dude here? That because there's always kind of like a lead dude that's kind of gonna be like the major baddie, and it'd be Green Goblin. Why wouldn't it be? It's fucking Willem Dafoe. Oh my god, the fucking fight with them in the goddamn room, and they are legit like beating the shit, like real fighting.
You know what was crazy is when like they're trying to cure all the at Happy's place when they gather up all the villains and they're trying to get the cures and stuff for them, and then the Spidey senses going off, and Peter is trapped in a room full of bad guys, and you're like, which one is it gonna be, right? And he's just looking around everywhere, and he's like, And then the fucking Goblin's like, Norman's on a sabbatical or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he just, oh god, that's so good, dude. Fucking Willem Dafoe, man. He is so fucking good. Dude, the faces that he makes, the expressions on his face, like, I like the 2002 helmet, but he pulled a Kylo Ren and destroyed that shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad that they did, because you get to see how expressive his face is, man. And geez, Willem Dafoe was a fucking maniac, dude. What a dude! He was like as good, if not better, than he was in OG Spider-Man. Like he was so
Agreed.
fucking good, dude.
I like how they set it up too, because they set it up like it's a it's not the whole spider tingle Spidey sense thing. Like the whole setup is like, is it the lizard breaking out down at the bottom? Is it Electro fixing to blast his way out of the room? It's none of those.
Because
It's fucking
also
Green Goblin. Yeah.
the lead up to Electro is that he keeps looking outside. He's like, "Yo, there's a lot of power here. I'm
Mhm.
excited. I'm interested in this." And then like the other thing with Electro too is that he keeps saying like the arc reactor too, right? He's like,
Yeah.
"Yo, that arc reactor be looking nice though." And then like for me, I always knew that Doc Ock was gonna get redeemed again, because it would be so shitty if they, because he got redeemed at the end of the second movie, so it'd be crappy if they like kind of reversed that redemption. So it
Yeah.
always made sense for him to be redeemed again, when he did, because it's Doc Ock, dude. He gets redeemed.
Oh,
Why,
I
why
love
would we
how the
why would we remove
nanotech
that?
takes over the tentacles, and he's like,
Oh
"No,
yeah,
you're
that
supposed
was
to
really
listen to
cool.
me."
Yeah,
I
listen
love
to
that.
me. Which,
Um,
by the way, we didn't even talk about it, but that fight on the bridge when Doc Ock first appears, that was really cool.
yeah,
He's about to fuck Peter up because he doesn't have a plate on the nanotech on his chest, and he just moves it from his face to down, down to his chest, and it was great. It was a great great way to reveal that he wasn't Toby, because to Doc Ock,
yeah.
because he doesn't know. He's like, oh, this is my Spider-Man, but no, it ain't. But yeah, I
Um,
think all of the villains were pretty good. I think the three prominent ones were definitely Goblin, Electro, and Doc Ock, because
yeah,
the other two were kind of just there.
yeah. Lizard definitely gets the shaft, which
Yeah, Lizard was just the lizard, and then or as Majin would call him, the Koopa dude from fucking Mario Party or the Mario movie.
it's true.
And then fucking Sandman was kind of just there too. He didn't really do a
Yeah,
whole lot either. Although he did help Tom in the fight versus Electro at the beginning when he first showed up.
yeah, yeah.
So he did
Uh,
something, I think. If I had to
he
rank
did more
those
than
guys,
Lizard. Yeah,
yeah, in order of like from most prominent to least prominent, Goblin up here, then you have Doc Ock, then you have Electro, and then uh Sandman, and then fucking Lizard at the bottom. But speaking of that, I thought it was really cool that they included a villain from each of the movies.
yeah, yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
Uh, like we had Goblin from the first movie, and we had um Doc Ock from 2, Sandman from 3, Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man, and then Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2. So we had one from each one. I thought that was really cool. That they did that. And then another thing, speaking of the Amazing Spider-Man movies, I thought how it was funny as hell how they kind of did this meta thing where it was like where Andrew Garfield was like, "Yo, I'm not, I'm not great or whatever, I'm not," and then Toby's like, "No, you're amazing, you're amazing," because his movies were Amazing Spider-Man, so it's
I
like,
want
oh,
to hear you say
that's
it. Say you're amazing. I loved it. The chemistry those three have with each other was off the charts. Like they were fantastic whenever they were having a conversation with each other. Favorite shot in the movies when they jump off the fucking statue, and like I got so many chills when that shit happened. At the end,
Yeah, it was. It was. I love everything about the three Spider-Mans being together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, pour one out for fucking James Franco's Harry Osborn, right? They didn't bring him back.
Let's see.
But I loved everything with the three Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
was
love.
just
I was just
like
gonna say I love the. Oh yeah, you have.
no, I was just there's a shot.
There's so much to talk
when
about.
there is, but there's a shot like in the last fight of the movie, the big fight, where they're all like, "All right, we got the plan together," and they all start swinging, and then you get the money shot with the pose with all three of them.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking
Oh,
about. My
so
favorite shot in
good,
the
dude.
movie.
So good with all three of them just posing.
The other thing I was
On
gonna
the
say,
ne-
I love Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, beating Doctor Strange with math in the fucking mirror universe. It's like this is just math.
Oh,
You know this.
yeah.
You know this. I
That
love
was
that
an
part.
interesting fight, Doctor Strange versus Spider-Man. You know,
Yeah.
that was definitely an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, huh, because Doctor Strange is like, yo, this is my world, dude. Like, what do you think you're gonna do here, man?
I'm also glad that Doctor Strange isn't in this movie too much. He's in here just enough. He's in the perfect amount of Strange being in this movie.
Yeah, I thought he was in it just the right amount as well.
Yeah.
They like kind of kept him out of moments where they could have like maybe wrapped things up sooner. But
Like we need we need the
Peter,
Spider-Mans. We don't. This ain't a
yeah,
more Avengers movie. We need Spider-Mans.
exactly. They had everything. They had all of the villains wrapped up, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna try to cure these guys, and then to Tom Spider-Man's credit, or not to fuck, I'm getting all mixed up now. To Doctor Strange's credit, he fucking was like, oh, okay, well, he actually he's pulling it off, so let me try to help him out, because Strange was just like, we got to round these dudes up and get them the fuck out of here, dude. We don't know shit about the multiverse. We can't be messing around with all these dudes. All these people know who Spider-Man, know your identity, dude. So that's why they're here. Like, we gotta get them out of here, man. Which I thought was a really fun way to bring in those guys, into the movie. Like, oh, these are the guys that know the identity of, Spider-Man. Which brings me to the first post-credit scene of having Venom appear, Tom Hardy Venom. I still have not seen Venom 2.
I haven't either.
But I do know that the post-credits to that movie is he sees Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think at the end of Far From Home with Mysterio and whatnot, revealing everything and all that. So I know that is a thing in that movie, but I haven't seen the rest of it. So, but yeah, which it's interesting because now we have symbiotes in the MCU because Venom brought him over here, and
yeah, I can't wait for Danny Rojas symbiote Venom. Let's do it. Yeah,
Danny
man.
Rojas,
Danny
Danny
Rojas.
Rojas. I love football.
Football
Anyway,
is life.
Football is life.
He's gonna be Venom. Let him be. Let him be
Dude,
Venom.
Danny Rojas Venom would be fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
But so, do you think now that with because we know that obviously Eddie Brock is one of the Venoms, but we also have Flash Thompson, who is in the MCU. Do you think that they're gonna make him into the Venom now, or like what are they gonna do with that? Because I mean, I always thought it was. I always thought it was kind of weird that they got the kid that they did for Venom because he doesn't look very like, no disrespect to that guy, but he doesn't look very like intimidating. You know what I mean?
I don't see him as Venom.
Oh yeah, unless there's a Eddie Brock in this universe already somewhere,
Yeah.
Like Majin said, he's gonna go seek him out because I mean, I'm trying to think of all the people who were Venoms. Like Flash Thompson is the one that immediately came to mind. But I mean, I guess if there's an Eddie Brock somewhere here, like they could do that. I guess. And if they do that, are they gonna cast somebody else as Eddie Brock, or you think they're just gonna stick with Tom Hardy somehow? Or I mean, I guess if they were gonna stick with Tom Hardy, they would have just kept him in the same universe, right? Or I mean, maybe not, I suppose, but I don't know. What do you think is gonna go on with that? With the fucking
I don't
symbiote being
know.
in the MCU,
I'm
right?
gonna throw out curveballs. Make MJ Venom. Make Ned Venom. Yeah,
Damn. Well,
so.
the thing with Ned is I want to see him eventually become the Hobgoblin, you know?
I don't
Because
know. They might. I don't.
I mean, I think it would be like down the line, you know, like it'd be cool, you know, because especially with the thing that he said, with when I was talking about earlier about how he was talking to Toby, like, yo, did you have a best friend? So, uh, you know, oh, well, Peter, I'm never gonna betray you, that kind of thing. I think maybe it was a little bit of foreshadowing with that, but you never know. We'll see. I would. All I know is I would love to see the Hobgoblin in live action because
Talking
I
about
I love Hobgoblin from the animated series, and I want to see it happen. But anyway,
the
carry on.
future for a minute, like, what do you think? Do you think we'll get MJ and Ned back in the next series of movies, or do you think we'll get like a new cast? Because I saw
That's an
somebody
interesting
be
point.
like, all right, MJ's like kind of out for a little bit. Bring in a Felicia Harding. Get us a Black Cat. Stuff like
Ooh,
that.
that would
That'd
be
be
cool,
pretty
actually.
cool. You
That'd be a
know,
good way to do that. Do you? Yeah, I don't. Oh man, I actually haven't thought of that. I can't even talk. Jesus, I haven't thought of that. But if Felicia Hardy would be cool, maybe
I
you
wish
bring
I
in
could
a
take
Gwen.
credit for it, but it's not my idea. I just saw somebody say that. But like,
You bring in
I
a
like that.
Yeah, you bring in
Mhm.
a Felicia Hardy, and then maybe a Gwen Stacy. Kind of mix things up from MJ.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
that's
It
why
could
this
be
person
it
was
could be
saying. They
neat.
were like, we got MJ in this movie. We got an MJ in the previous, and we got uh Gwen Stacy previously. But like, there's a
Yeah.
Felicia in there. That'd be pretty cool.
hmm
You know?
Majin said, "Imagine Peter meeting this universe as Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Could be interesting." Yeah. I know
Um.
that they also before they had the plan for No Way Home. I know that they also had uh an idea to make Spider-Man 3 like Craven the Hunter. So maybe they'll bring in like Craven the Hunter for the next trilogy. Maybe
That'd be cool.
that'd be cool.
I'd
I'd
love
I'd
to
be
see
all for that.
Craven.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one. I'm
We've
just trying to
never
think of
gotten a
like
good Rhino, really. We got Paul Giamatti
yeah,
Rhino,
no.
which is like
Yeah, which is awful, dude. That Rhino was
I fought a
that
giant
Rhino
guy
was
dressed up in
bad,
a
dude.
rhino suit before they even mentioned it in the fucking movie.
They do. Yeah.
Isn't there a Craven movie coming out? I think there is a Craven movie,
There
right?
is. There is with Aaron Taylor Johnson. There is. That is a thing that they are working on. But like I said, Tom Holland said that they were gonna originally make No Way Home was gonna be a Craven the Hunter story before it became No Way Home. So maybe that's something they plan to do for the future,
Mm-hmm.
which I would be all about because I'm trying to think of like what are some Spider-Man villains that they haven't done yet that would be cool in live action, you know? Like
Yeah.
we have Goblin, we have Octopus, we have Vulture, we have Mysterio. Like who are some that we haven't
Scorpion.
gotten yet? That'd be cool.
We
Yeah,
kind
I
of
guess Scorpion would be cool.
we haven't like seen him as like the main antagonist.
Yeah.
But that would be dope.
Chameleon. Yeah, Chameleon would be cool. Like I said, for me, I want to see Hobgoblin, but that's probably gonna be down the line, you know.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see like Kingpin, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
the Kingpin in Spider-Man. Now that Kingpin is in the MCU. Oh, the Spider Slayers, dude. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know Spider-Man's rogues gallery as much as I know Batman's. You know what I mean? I'm like looking at a list of like, I don't know who these people are. I don't know how villainous they are in comic books.
How did you feel about Mr. Negative from the Spider-Man game? I mean, you haven't
I
beaten it yet,
still got to go
right?
back and finish it, but he was kind of cool.
Yeah, Mr. Negative would be
Oh,
pretty neat.
bring in Tombstone, please.
Oh,
Bring in
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Yeah, I mean, they had him.
I
They
know
had him in Spider
Tombstone.
Verse. They had
Yeah,
him in Spider Verse, so it's not like people aren't familiar with him.
yeah. Because I know Tombstone from the old cartoon.
Hmm. Yeah.
And he, at least in the cartoon, he works with like Kingpin, so or for Kingpin. You got a
Hmm.
link.
Yep. It could happen. I could definitely see them bringing him in at some point.
Um,
What about like I don't know how familiar you are with like Shriek, but I
I'm
guess
not
she's in.
very.
Yeah. Well, she'd be kind of interesting, but I don't know.
Bring in a
I might
good
have plans
lizard.
for another stuff.
Give us a Tom Holland lizard that's actually good, not the
Damn.
Super Mario looking one.
Shots fired at the Mario Amazing Spider-Man lizard. Damn.
He doesn't look good. I agree with Majin. He looks like the fucking Goombas.
Yeah, I mean he does look weird, and ever since he said that, yeah, yeah, I mean yeah. I know people have also been wanting like Mephisto and shit too. That, that could be a
Bring in the literal devil. Let's do it.
yeah. I don't know. There's a the point is there's a bunch of villains they could bring in that would be interesting, but we shall see.
Give me like not a Peter Parker clone, but like a monstrous Spider-Man. You know how in the old animated series there were episodes where he would actually turn into like a fucking almost like the Fly. He would turn into like his giant fucking spider monster. Give me the giant fucking spider monster as a villain. Make it a horror movie.
What about like what about like bringing in the Punisher, dude? Like you bring back John Bernthal as fucking the Punisher. That'd be kind of neat. Anyway, we're kind of going off on a tangent
We're
now.
going on a tangent. The future is Spider-Man, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't
but
know.
yeah,
I don't know where they go next, to be
the
honest.
future for Spider-Man is interesting. I mean, I'm with you though. I would love to see Felicia Hardy, Black Cat. Uh, Hobgoblin is gonna be at the top of my want list though, because I want to see a live action Hobgoblin. But dude, the Spider Rogues gallery is massive, so you could do a bunch of stuff. You know what you could do is you can do what they did to Aquaman, at least to a lot of people. You can grab a character that's kind of lame and turn them really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a bunch of lame ass Spider-Man villains that you could be like, yo, let's make this dude cool. I mean, shit, they kind of already did that with the Vulture, dude. Like, I mean, if you Google like the Vulture, you'll look at a bald headed ass old dude in like a goofy ass like furry suit with wings. And then
Yeah.
you compare that to fucking Michael Keaton's Vulture, and you're like, damn. So
Yep.
you could you could just grab a lame ass villain and make him badass. Like there's always that option. Paste Pot Pete, oh my goodness, dude. Oh my goodness, that is that's a villain. Wow.
Yep.
Anyway, so
Uh,
back to the movie though. Yeah, I loved everybody's performances. I actually thought Zendaya was really good too
mhm.
as MJ in this movie. Like when she was saying goodbye to Peter at the end before Doctor Strange turned made everybody forget again. Like that moment, kind of somebody was chopping onions at that moment too, bro.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, there was so many good moments. Like I tend to be somebody who doesn't cry a lot at many things, like at much at all. But but also like at the same time, I feel like as I've gotten older, things I definitely are like more.
Yeah, we've talked about this. The
Yeah,
older
we
you
talked
get, the
about
more
it.
I cry at shit. I
Yeah,
talked about
the
this
older
with
you
my
get,
dad.
the more emotional things get. But like I don't really cry at movies and stuff either. But this movie got me a few times. There was just a lot of good moments in it. It's a very emotional, rewarding movie with a bunch of payoff. Like again, like anytime they did something with Toby's Spider-Man and the music and all that stuff, it was great. And then yeah, dude, the fights were so brutal, man. Like when Tom and fucking Willem Dafoe were going at it, dude, that shit was nuts. They
The
were just
fucking
beating the shit out of each other.
the fucking line at the end when Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Spider Man, is fixing to fight Green Goblin. He's like, I'm gonna kill you myself. You know that shit. And he's like, that's the spirit, or whatever the fuck he says. Like, I need to rewatch the movie because I can't remember all the goddamn lines. It's been a little bit, but that fucking moment is like, the Green Goblin has so many good lines in this film where he's just like, all that power and you can't seize your dreams or whatever the fuck, you know, like all that shit was great.
He's about to kill Goblin with the glider, and Toby steps in like, nope.
Toby stops him, and I'm like, oh, I love it. I love it. Did Toby they fake us out with a Toby stab? I've been stabbed
Oh yeah,
before.
dude, they fucking stabbed Toby. I was like, what the
No,
hell is
I was
going
like,
on?
no, how could you? I thought he was gonna
And he's
die.
like, all right, I'm okay. I've been stabbed before. And then
I was stabbed before.
the thing that got me was when they were all saying goodbye to each other, because everything's, everybody's gonna go back to where they came from, and everybody's gonna forget Tom. Andrew's like, you're in a lot of pain right now, right? And then Toby's like, yeah, I am. that shit was so funny because, like, Andrew was helping Toby because he got fucked up, and he's like, oh, you're in a lot of pain, right? Yeah, I am, really am. Yeah, that was hilarious, dude.
Yeah. All I could think of is when they were like saying bye. Is like, all I could think of was Spider-Verse when Spider-Pig goes back and he's like, that's all, folks. And he's like, can we legally say that? Is he legally allowed to say that? But yeah, I love the movie. Fantastic movie. Want to watch it again. I wanted to watch it again immediately after I saw it, and I was like, I want to watch it again. But
I can't wait to watch it again, man. It's gonna be very, very exciting.
And it's making all the money right now, even like with COVID and everything. It's
even like as far as like the opening like the opening weekend or whatever preview night, it was like third behind only like Endgame and The Force Awakens with how much money it made. It was crazy.
Yeah. We didn't talk fucking J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah, fucking great.
Yeah, J. Jonah. I mean, honestly, he didn't really get to do a whole lot. He was kind of
no. He was there just.
He was kind of like there, but he did upgrade though. He went from like a home studio green screen type thing to having his own thing, and again, I feel like that's because we're gonna be getting more of him in the next movies. With Spider-Man being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again, instead of going out into space and fighting with the Avengers and shit. So
I was bummed Toby never mentions his J. Jonah. He's like, oh, you got one of these guys too. Like, I would have loved a moment like that, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, right. It didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't even occur to me. Yeah.
That was like, I was like, oh, he's got to mention him, right? Please? Nope, not at all.
No, didn't happen.
Yeah, overall, love the movie. Glad I didn't get spoiled on anything really going into it, although I figured a lot of what was gonna happen would happen, and it did, and I was still loving every moment of it. I love the soundtrack. I love the whole goddamn movie. I loved the opening night that I got to see it and all that stuff. I liked the little mini nod to Miles by Electro. Like,
by Electro? I thought you were black. Yeah.
There's got to be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere. But yeah, I don't think I got much more to say. Do you have anything else you want to say on it, Daniel? Or
I can't wait to watch it again. It's such a fantastic movie. There is a lot of hype for this, so to some people the hype may be a little exaggerated or whatnot, but I mean it really is a great, fantastic movie. I can't wait to watch it multiple times to see where I really where it really falls for me. But I'm just, for somebody who's been watching these movies for the past 20 years, it's such a great payoff, like I'm even I'm not the biggest fan of the Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield ones. Like, they're okay. Like, I think the second one sucks, but the first one I thought was all right. But like, even the payoff that he got was his Spider-Man got was great, and obviously the Toby stuff makes me emotional because that's my Spider-Man and everything. So it was just a really good payoff, man.
I think we can all agree that the problem with those Amazing Spider-Man movies is not Andrew Garfield. It is writing and everything else. He's like, because he's fantastic in this. Or he's amazing, I guess.
Yeah, he is amazing in this movie. Like the stuff that he got, was so good. Yeah, I I really enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought like I Willem Dafoe, man, so good. Marissa Tomei, really good. Zendaya,
Mhm.
so good. Just so amazing, dude. Like honestly, what a fantastic movie. Like the way that they incorporated everything and brought everybody back, and the way they did it and everything was just so well done. And yeah, I just remember being like, "Yo, we're already at this point. Like, I don't even want this movie to be over, but it's
Yeah.
probably gonna end soon, And then yeah, but yeah, I mean, the future is very exciting. We got again that I'd say the movie was spectacular. Yeah, the spectacular Spider-Man, right? Mhm. Anyway, so before we finish talking about this, so kind of like how we did with the Marvel TV shows. Let's talk about some of the Marvel movies that we had this year.
Okay.
So, first of all, we did have quite a few this year because we didn't have any Marvel movies at all last year, right?
Yeah.
Black Widow was supposed to come out, but they pushed it, and then you know we got it. Uh, we got it this year. So first off, we had Black Widow, we had Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Spider-Man. So of those four, what for you? What was the? How would you rank? Because you actually have seen all four. I have not.
Yeah. I put Spider-Man at the top, and I'm sure there's probably some. I would say recency bias, but I think it's just the better movie out of all of those. Like it really, I mean, it's the
Yeah.
culmination of every Spider-Man movie.
Mhm.
So, Spider-Man at the top. Do you want me to rank the others? Because I can do that as well. Just
Yeah,
looking
go
at
for
this
it.
list. I get all right.
Mhm.
Spider-Man at the top. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings next. Then, uh, probably Black Widow because we got Florence Pugh in that, and then
Mhm.
Eternals. Um,
Yeah.
and I will say I liked all the movies that came out this year. I know people have knocks on some of them and didn't like them, but I enjoyed most of them. Um, but definitely Spider-Man at the top, and then Shang-Chi, and I loved Shang-Chi as well.
Yeah, I that was the first movie. Shang-Chi was the first movie I watched in the theaters in the current times that we're living in now,
Mhm.
and it was incredible. So for me, yeah, I would have Spider-Man at the top, Shang-Chi at number two, and then by default Black Widow at three because I haven't seen Eternals, so I can't rank that one. That one's automatically at the bottom because I haven't seen it. So
Yeah.
I can't rank it. But I want to watch it. I'm gonna watch it next month when it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. But yeah, that's how I would rank them. Um, Now next year we have several movies. We have at least three coming out. So we have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, May 2022, which we got the teaser for at the end of this movie. Thor: Love and Thunder in July, and then Black Panther, Wakanda Forever in November. So for me, out of those, as much as I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange, I think I have Thor at my top of my most hype. I would probably have Thor, then Doctor Strange, and then Black Panther.
I'm probably gonna go with not Black Panther. Sorry, Doctor Strange.
Mhm.
And then Thor, and then Black Panther as well. Yeah, that's probably where I'm
Yeah.
standing. I'm still
Yeah,
looking forward to all three, of course, but like the most
of
hype is
course. Yeah.
multiverse.
Yeah, that's what we got coming though.
I definitely want to
And
see what crazy shit they're gonna do in that multiverse movie.
yeah, I mean, no, yeah, don't get me wrong. There's gonna be a lot of crazy shit going on in that, but yeah. if we had to put rank them in order of hype, that's probably what would be for me as Thor and then Doctor Strange. But anyway,
Fucking
so that's what we got
Thor's
coming.
jacked ass Hulk Hogan arms and Thor.
Yeah, right.
Those
Like
those
fucking
photos of him
Instagram
on
post,
set, they're just huge. Like, damn.
fucking massive. But anyway, yeah, I just again, I overall loved I loved Spider-Man, man. It was so good. It was, I mean, just watching some of these guys on screen again, like it takes you back, man. Like, and so they don't even look like they've aged, dude. Like it's been 20 years since Spider-Man 1, and Willem Dafoe looks almost like the same.
Mm.
And fucking Alfred Molina, he looks a little, you can tell looks a little older, but I mean he's just as good as he was too, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love seeing everybody again. I love seeing everything again. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was really really good. But yeah, we talked about it enough. We shared our feelings on that, and
I think that's a show.
yeah, that is our show for this week. That is the end. That is the last show of the year.
Yes, it is.
That's it. So we'll we're done with this year, man. Well, next week when we come back, we'll be talking in 2022, man. It's gonna be crazy. And now that we're in the triple digits, it's nuts. It really is nuts, man. So you wanna
Let me throw up your goodbye screen for you. How about that?
all right, let's do it.
Sorry. You are on main screen.
Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us. It's been a great year for Cantina. We've done a lot of cool stuff. I'm excited for next year. We are now in the triple digits. I'm excited to see what other guests and what other things we bring on for next year. As we approach our 3-year anniversary, man, that'll be next year. I can't believe we've almost. It's still in my brain. I cannot believe that 2019 is about to be 3 years ago. Like it almost doesn't even make sense. It's been a crazy past 2 years, man. There's been a lot that's been going on. It hasn't been the easiest of time for everybody. So I hope that this upcoming year, I'm not gonna try to jinx anything because we know what happened with 2020, but I sincerely, genuinely hope that 2022 is a good year for us, and because it's like I said, it's been a crazy past 2 years for everybody. I mean, like we've lost 2 years of our lives that we're never gonna get back with this pandemic, and not only that, but we've lost people over the past few years in more ways than one. Like some people are no longer with us, and there are others that used to be in our lives that are just no longer in our lives, but they're off doing their own thing. And it's been a crazy time where time where it feels like time things have been put on a hold and on pause, but time is continuing to move forward and it waits for no one. So it's been just a whirlwind of emotions and a hell of a time, man, these past several years with living in the new world that we're living in with the pandemic and everything. So I hope that this upcoming year is gonna be kind of maybe I mean, it's hard to say a return to normalcy because we're it's not nothing's gonna be the same. But I hope maybe we get to more of uh, a for a lack of a better term, something close to what the way things used to be. But anyway, I know it's been a rough time for a lot of people, and I hope for good things for all of us this upcoming year. Thanks for sticking with us, for watching and listening and all that good stuff. I'm gonna be continuing to do my thing on stream and all that good stuff. Excited for the future. hopeful for the future, because we've been, just been dealing with and going through a lot of rough shit, man. So, yeah. So hopefully, 2022 is going to be good. And yeah, I just, hoping for good things for all of us. So thanks again. I'll see you guys. I'll be streaming this week. Stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll hang around. If you want to come hang out to end off the year, I'll be here. I'll be on my stream. Go follow me on all the things and hit me up and all that good stuff. We'll talk and hang out and have a good time. But yeah, thanks again. Episode 101. Signing off for Cantina of the Year. See you guys next year. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Like Daniel was saying, it's been a crazy year for Cantina. We've done a lot of the things we wanted to do this year. We're out on all the Spotify and all that stuff. We had guests that we wanted. We want to get more of those on as well. So if you're a streamer out there and you want to come on the show, even if it's just to hang out with us for a little bit and chat, I would love for you to come on here and hang out and chat with us. Just send us some DMs. Let's see who's interested. Because I would love to have you on here if you're interested at all in that. To echo what Daniel was saying, it's been the past 2 years have been kind of hard. We've lost people and time is kind of frozen in this weird standstill as we kind of live this moment in history. This moment that we don't really want to live in history. It's something I never thought I would see, but here we are. We're seeing it. We're living it. And if all you managed to do this year was survive, I think I said this last year. If all you managed to do is survive this year, that's all that matters. If that's all you got, that's all you got, and it's enough. We love you out there, and we will be seeing you next year. Some of the things I want to do next year, I'd love to get back into streaming more on the channel with games, not just the podcast. Obviously, I love the podcast, but I'd love to come back and do some gaming and stuff again. I'd love for D&D and stuff to come back as well, hopefully. But we'll see. Here's hoping to a better next year. Hang in there, stay strong, get your vaccines, get your boosters, take care of each other, love each other. Go tell your mom, dad, siblings, whoever you need to tell, loved ones. Tell them you love them. Give them a hug if that's possible for you. And we will see you guys in 2022. Bye-bye.